Alright, I think we are up and running. I need to refresh this. And I think we're good to go. Alright. Pardon me while I sneeze real quick. Alright. Just like I promised, we're live today. While I was waiting while I was getting ready for stream, I was sitting by my iron farm that I built last time, and this is before I started sitting here and prepping for stream. I took everything out. So this was everything that we had from last stream. It was 3 stacks, 16 with 49 poppies. But in the time that I've been prepping for stream, which I think was about right around 20 minutes this time, we already have another, and some rotten flesh, because a zombie must have walked in, because it is open air. We have a whole additional 3 stacks and 18 iron. So we pretty much doubled our iron while I was getting ready for stream. So hooray for that. I will also go ahead and mention that tomorrow I will not be streaming at 3 p.m. like I normally would, or 3:30 I believe it is. And that is because there is a significant chance that I will end up seeing some very bad weather here during that time, where I live. So, I don't want to be on stream when that happens. I want to be ready to go to shelter if I need to take that course of action. Normally I wouldn't mind streaming during a severe weather threat, because typically it does tend to typically I'm pretty safe no matter where I'm at, because I'm a very weather aware person. However, this time, if today is any indication with what's going on in Nebraska and Iowa, my heart goes out to those people. This is a terrible day for them, and it's going to be life-changing for a whole host of people. So my heart goes out to them. But if today's any indication of what the current setup in the United States is like, tomorrow could be just as bad, if not worse. And I don't say that as a fear tactic or that any kind of thing. It's just something that I am legitimately using as a bit of consideration for for my own safety. I'm not somebody who gets scared by storms. I'm not somebody who is terrified by that stuff. In fact, I go out, photograph, take video of it all the time. However, this time, after seeing what has happened today, like I said, I'm going to take this one extremely seriously. So I apologize if not streaming tomorrow is a letdown of any kind, but that's the reason why I won't be streaming tomorrow. So figured I'd get that out of the way early. But now, let's move on from that. I'm in desperate need of experience, because I really want to enchant my armor, and I really want to be able to enchant a much better axe, because chopping down trees without efficiency can be kind of monotonous, and I don't want that. Especially since I plan to build a lot with wood, so not just trees, but builds and all that good stuff. And then obviously I can make a better sword, better pickaxes, all that good stuff. Although this pickaxe is pretty good to begin with, I just need to get efficiency 5 for it. So I'm not sure. Whoops, wrong button. I'm not sure if we'll end up going to one of the spider spawners I found last time, or no, I think I only found one. I think the other spider spawner I found was somewhere else, but yeah, I don't know if we'll end up going to the spider spawner and making an experience farm out of that, but that is an option. But I do want to do some exploration first, simply because... Oh, right. I need to turn the game... whoops. Music and sounds. I'm going to turn this back down to 50. That's a bit loud in my ears. Turned it up last stream because I was playing the music discs, but I don't have any music discs yet in this world, so I will hold off on that. Alright, and I do think that I had some villagers in here that I was already trading with. I need to catch up to where I was. Yes, so you have potatoes and carrots. And you have potatoes and carrots as well. That's right. Okay. So those are the two that I really want to focus on farming while I'm farming. And there's a couple of iron golems here. One of them actually got stuck in my sheep farm. Or it's very generous to call that a sheep farm. It's more of a sheep pen than anything else. But, man, I could really make these look a lot better. But speaking of making things look a lot better, I still haven't found a way to fix this. I may just tear it down and try again. Oh my gosh. But I haven't really planned any building in this world yet either. So, like I said, today will be the mainly focus on getting XP and doing some more exploration, simply because it becomes a lot easier to build and do that stuff when you have both XP and enchantments. Now, that said, typically I would try and do some building right off the bat, but most of my time outside of stream has gone to designing my Skyblock island. So I can't wait to show you guys what I had planned. So one of the things that's taking me a very long time with that, though, is I planned like I had a 128 radius, including the center block, space to work with. So essentially a 257 by 257 area. And so I had been planning accordingly. However, it turns out I have to plan for a 255 by 255 area, because when I counted out the blocks between... I don't know why I came back down here. Oh, right, I needed to grab the extra iron. But no, when I was counting out and planning on the actual AdStar server itself, yeah, I found out that, yeah, I don't have as much room as I thought. So I need to make my entire design one block smaller in each direction. So it's been taking a ton of time to modify that, because I need to make sure I don't get anything incorrectly placed, or else it's going to look a little bit odd in the final product. So that's unfortunate, and yeah. And I should mention that the reason it's taking a while is because I don't do a ton of... Or I've been, especially recently, I've been trying not to do too much playing of Minecraft or any kind of video game outside of stream time. So eventually, what that will mean is I will add some more streams to my schedule, but I need to get a really good picture of my time management before I do that. So we will get there eventually, but right now I will be just... Oh, I already have an anvil. Oh, well, we have 2 anvils now. But yeah, for right now, I'll just be streaming these 2 days and then using the rest of the time to plan builds, and then just live my normal life as well. Because, I mean, I do still work, so I can't just play Minecraft all the time. Or else I would. I mean, if I could, I would, but you know how that goes. Or I guess video games in general, because I do enjoy other games other than Minecraft. I know it doesn't seem like it based on my social media profiles and all that good stuff, but I do enjoy some other games. Dyson Sphere Program, Satisfactory, to name a couple of my other favorites. City Skylines as well, but I've kind of fallen out of love with that one, simply because of how messed up City Skylines 2 ended up being. Not to say that I won't go back to it eventually, but I do find that when I tried to play City Skylines 2, even after I got my new computer, it ran fine, but there was some glaring performance issues still, and mainly in the fact that... Oh wait, I have a shovel, don't I? Mainly in the fact that when I load and set a graphics value for high, low, ultra, that kind of stuff, no matter what I set, the game still looked like it had an extremely low resolution, and I wasn't sure how to fix that. I changed my screen resolution itself. I changed all manner of settings to try and fix that, but no, it was just always looked low quality and grainy. So that's one issue, and then obviously you have the actual performance issues where it crashes on the regular. There's instances where we don't get the mods loaded properly through the mod loader, and while that's not an end-all be-all kind of playability issue, it is one of those things that it's not polished as much as I would like to see it polished, and eventually it will probably be an extremely good game, and it probably will be one of the best, if not the best, city builder out there, but it's not going to be nearly as popular as it could have been if everything was a little bit more polished upon launch. I know that they have a path forward to complete the game as it should be, and solve a whole bunch of the problems that are there. But I likely won't be playing it as much as I would have if it had been properly dealt with initially. So as much as it pains me to say that, that is true, and since I have been staying away from it, I've decided to dedicate time to other games, and I don't know if I'll be willing to give up my time in other games to go back to City Skylines even after it gets fixed up, because I love the games that I'm playing now. But anyways, what am I doing? I got soul sand because I'm going to need that for bubble elevators if I'm building an XP farm for skeletons or zombies. And I also need to get some kelp. So our first order of business today will be to explore the world a little bit more than I already have. I think we'll go ahead and go to... I always go north when I explore for the first time in Worlds. I don't know why that is, but I think I'll go east this time, which is directly that way, towards the other cherry grove. Actually, I do know that I've been over there to a degree at some point when I dug out of a cave, so that actually works out. I'll go that way. It just feels right, so I'll go ahead and drop off some of this stuff, but I will keep the soul sand with me. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'll leave it behind. I'll come get it if there is a need for it for an XP farm of some kind. I'll leave the hoe here and the shears here. I don't think I'll need those, but I will definitely take the shield with me and an extra stack of iron just in case, as well as, I'll chop down a couple of trees on the way out. Alright, that seems like a pretty good set of items to take with me. And... do I have a boat already built? Yes, I do. Perfect. And I'll take this boat with me just in case we encounter an ocean. But I probably won't go across the ocean too far, simply because I'm only looking for kelp so that I can use it to create water sources on those bubble elevators if need be. But also in my explorations, I am looking for XP, so I will go into caves if I see them. So, I guess I should probably get some more coal along the way as well, if I see it. But, realistically speaking, I don't know if I will easily be able to find that kind of thing. Another option is to get cactus and bamboo, so that I could build an automatic cactus farm that smelts the cactus as an XP source. That's another option, so... we'll see what I find while we're exploring, but I think we'll probably do a good hour or so of exploring. I do know Sunday Latte has a stream today, so I'm gonna try and be done and then be able to rate her if anyone's watching and rate her later. Shh, I know I'm not supposed to talk about rating this early in stream, but I think I would love to do that again. Anyways, what was I saying? Right. Oh man, I accidentally got over a stack of wood. Darn. How unfortunate. I can't just let that be. I'll have to put the extras away. Oh my gosh. Dude, 13 saplings from the first, well, I don't know, like 10% of the leaves that have come from 6 trees that chopped down. Good gravy, man. There's so many cherry saplings. All right. And we'll go up the hill so that I don't pick those up on the way out. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I have a saddle, don't I? Did I pick up a saddle? I guess is the question. No, you know, I think I left a saddle in the spider spawner chest, if I remember correctly. So that's unfortunate, because I was going to see if I could get a horse, but I also don't see any horses nearby, so I guess that's kind of a moot point anyways. But that is A-okay. So I'm just gonna go this way and hope for the best. Yeah, early exploration is always a little bit of a painful process, simply because you have to walk or ride a horse for quite a long ways before you find anything good. And I probably should have brought some obsidian with me so I could travel back through the nether. Oh, you know what I definitely should have brought with me was a bed. And I hate that I'm going to do this, but I kind of have to at this point, because I don't want to risk staying out at night for too long. And it actually gave me a good amount of wood this time. And I will take the crafting table with me and the bed with me. So that's good to have. And yeah, I'll throw the shears out. Well, you know, no. I'll actually keep those with me. Man, I wish there was a better inventory option early on. I mean, okay, I know people really love the bundle. However, I don't. Even though it is a somewhat decent early game inventory management tool, I'm not a huge fan of it, simply because you can't reach into it and take out whatever item you want at any given time. You have to take, based on my understanding of how the bundle works, you have to take everything out until you get the item you want, and then put everything back until you get the... So I think that's how it works, if I remember correctly. This is a really nice area. Wow. You know, I'm going to check out a couple of these caves. Maybe I'll find a spawner near one of them. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Oh yeah, emeralds spawn in this biome because it's technically classified as a mountain type biome. But yeah, that's my reason for not liking bundles. It's not that I don't think that they're a decent item. It's just that the way that they work doesn't quite feel good to me. I know some people like it, but to me personally, I just don't like it. So I would love to have an actual, well, I say actual, but I guess the bundle is an actual solution. But I'd love to have a solution other than the bundle that could work as an early game additional inventory of some kind. I know backpacks have been mentioned multiple times, but... And I know that there's mods for backpacks and all that stuff, but I'm not convinced that they'll ever add those. I think they're trying to get around it with the bundle, is my kind of interpretation of the whole situation. But I don't know. Maybe that's an incorrect assumption, and I shouldn't be saying anything. Why am I getting iron? I don't need iron anymore. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Hello? Okay, that was odd. I was trying to throw it out a lot more. I will end up... I'll probably end up filling my inventory with coal at this rate, because we are pretty high up, but that's okay, because we need a lot of it early on here, like I said. So, we will find our way, one way or another. And anyways, probably don't want to hear my singing. It's a little off key, I know that much. I don't know a thing about sound theory or notes or keys or anything, so probably shouldn't be saying anything about it, but you know, sometimes it's just fun to sing, and so I'll try to make it sound as good as I can with my limited knowledge of actual vocal stuff. Oh, this is a nice... Okay, so I'm gonna say this is a nice little cave, but it looks like it opens up over here. Yeah. You know, I mean, this is prime location for a potential spawner, though. Let's give her a check. And let me see if I can do a water bucket. Aha, I can. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that scared the living daylights out of me. I forgot about my notifications. Thanks for the... Thanks for the follow, Dirt Napper. Welcome in. Oh my gosh. Right now I am running... right now I'm just running basic mods. Replay, Lightmatica, Quality of Life, mods like that. And then I also have free cam, but I don't have anything spectacular running. I might add data packs or mods in the future though, for other series, but this is my vanilla hardcore, so I'm trying to keep it as close to vanilla as possible. So most of my mods are performance or quality of life. Okay, so no spawner in that cave at surface level, so maybe, just maybe, there'll be one on this side. I'm gonna try, well, yeah, I'll try this one first. Just, oh, nice, okay. This probably connects to the other one at some point. Oh, wow. Got a nice little cavern here, and I really wish I had turned my brightness up. I always forget to adjust my gamma before I go into stream. I always forget to do that. So, I apologize. Actually, you know what? I think I need to download another mod. I think that's what I determined for that one. So, expose myself for being a little lazy on that matter. It's because it's because I don't really think about gamma all that much. I'm not usually not used to streaming yet, so it's one of those things that kind of escapes my mind from time to time. But I do try to use the dynamic lights as best as I can to keep the area. Yes, visible ores is a really good one. I personally don't use it. It's an intentional choice. I like I wouldn't necessarily call it a challenge of finding ores, but I like the natural look of the ores because I'll use ores in my builds sometimes, and so I want to keep them as vanilla as possible there as well. Again, why am I getting iron? I don't need iron anymore. I have an iron farm. I guess habit. Oh, yeah, I guess it's just a habit thing. Oh, another spider spawner. Huh. Lovely. The whole point of me exploring. Well, I wasn't wrong about there being a spawner over here somewhere. That was a kind of a lucky guess, but man, I was hoping it wasn't another spider spawner. Oh well, I guess that's something I just have to contend with. All right, let me write that one down too. So, where is my notepad? Notepad, come back to me. All right. 1193. 10. Wow. Yeah, it is. That is a pretty high one. Nice. Negative 46 is another spider spawner. Oh, right. I can't use that key because it has a stop streaming bound to it. Dang it. I figured that out last time, and that was not a good time. All right. Now that we've got that one taken down, I was really hoping for a skeleton, or I was about to say creeper spawner. No, a zombie spawner. But, okay, well, can't help that. This world really likes messing with my emotions. I was really excited there for a second. But, that's fine. Yeah, maybe using visible ores when I'm not looking at my builds wouldn't be a bad idea, though. Now that I think about it. But what was that? Okay, that sounded like an explosion. What the heck? In real life, not in the game. I'm gonna keep one of my headphones off here to see if that happens again. I might have to go investigate. But if it doesn't happen again, I'm not too worried about it. There's some kind of experience some whole variety of sounds when you live in an apartment complex, so I'm not too concerned. Oh, I totally stopped the stream again, didn't I? Ain't no way, bruh. Oh, for goodness sake, man. I don't know what hotkey it is that's doing that. I have literally no hotkey set for ending stream or starting stream. I have no hotkeys set. What? Is there hotkeys on Twitch too for that? Because I have nothing set. Hold on, I'll even double check to make sure I don't have anything set in OBS. Hotkeys. Oh, wait. I thought I got rid of these. Okay, so they stayed in place. Why? Okay, so now I shouldn't have that issue. But now I'm not gonna test it now though, because if I do end stream on that, dang it, man, I lost some. Well, so much for having conversation. I was enjoying talking to Mr. Dirtnapper here. But I probably won't be back because I accidentally ended a stream on him. Or her, I suppose. I can't assume. Oh, look at that. There's another little hole here. Maybe there'll be a better spawner over here, and we'll give this one a sleep. We'll do this. Oh my gosh, dude, that's so infuriating, because I know I turned off those hotkeys. I vividly remember doing it right after last stream, after I ended stream twice last time I was in my hardcore world. I remember it very, very clearly. And so I don't know why that reset. Good grief. Oh well. And now I know why stream ended today. It's because I used the minus when I was taking down the coordinates, the negative sign. So that's what ends stream. That's what I had it bound to, was my numpad negative. It wasn't even the negative or the minus on in the upper row of my keyboard. It was the numpad that I had it bound to, but it's for some reason both end stream for some reason. And anyways, I don't know what I was saying, but one thing I did say is, yeah, maybe when I'm not building or not showing my builds or anything, is maybe, yeah, the suggestion that Dirt Napper had of the visible ore might not actually be a terrible idea to use. Especially when netherite mining or ancient debris mining. Oh, there's a village over there. Let's go over there. Let's go over to the Taika village. Haven't seen one of those. And since I don't want to test again the stream. Oh, yeah, forgot about that one. Yeah, since I don't want to test my luck with stream ending when I take down coordinates, I think I'll just write it on a piece of paper, because we ain't doing that again. Oh, that's so frustrating. Because the only reason that it frustrates me so much is because it has happened before. I took the correct action to prevent it from happening again, and then OBS for some reason has reverted my hotkeys somehow. Because last stream with from Skyblock on the AdStar server, 7.5 hours, no problem. And I'm pretty sure I used I hit the minus key a couple times, so I'm not too certain what was going on there. But anyways, okay, so there's some horses here, man. If I had a saddle, that would be great, because I would tame those guys immediately. I'm a huge fan of using horses to do the land travel. No chest in that one. Oh, that's... dang, man. That stinks. Yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, and I heard some kind of explosion from my apartment complex. Oh my gosh. And that's actually why I ended up finding out that I hadn't been streaming that for, like, I don't know, I think it was only 5 minutes, but you know, that's how I realized that, is because I turned checking my mic sound to see if it would have been heard on stream or not, but clearly it wasn't heard on stream because I wasn't streaming. But anyways, was that no, I thought that was a Mega Taiga, but I don't exactly necessarily want to be going through a cold biome. And I think I just check. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think there's any other houses that would have chests in them. So I think yeah, we're good to go. We're good to move on. We'll move past here for now. Where's my boat at? Yes, sir. We're gonna use this. Right. I need to be paying attention to where I'm going when I'm on the boat, instead of looking around at my scenery. But all right. I'd like to consider myself a pretty good boat rider on ice, but that's not true. I'm not the best at it. Oh man, dude, that stinks, because I was looking forward to having a decent uninterrupted stream. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I'm very irritated by that. Ooh. Oh, well, I'll choose not to dwell on it for the time being. Ooh, another thing that I need to do is get myself updated to 1.20.5 so that I can find the new wolves that are out there. But yeah, so I'll try. I'm gonna try not to go too far, but I do want to find an ocean so that I can get that kelp. And I would like to find a spawner. Ideally, I'd find one fairly close to where I'm at, or fairly close via nether to where I'm at the very least. Because using nether tunnels or the roof of the nether is probably one of the best things that I will be able to do in this world. Simply because... oh, sweet, there's an ocean over there. I would recognize those icebergs anywhere. Alright, so we should be able to get some seaweed fairly quick, because even if there's not seaweed in the frozen ocean, there's... kelp in the frozen ocean. We'll be able to find... adjacent oceans fairly quick. Oh, this is my favorite mob in Minecraft right here. The Arctic fox. I don't have any... Oh, if I should have gotten some berries. Oh well. I mean, not like I have the means to transport him back to base back to my base area right now anyways, but yeah. But anyways, let me reiterate something that I said in the first, what was it, like 12 or like 20-minute stream that I did that was accidentally ended. So obviously I am streaming from my hardcore world right now, as promised. Oh, there's a shipwreck over there. Let's actually go over there. I'm streaming right now for my hardcore world. Having a good, jolly old time exploring and trying to find some good stuff. But as I mentioned in my tweet earlier, I will not be streaming tomorrow simply because it could end up being a safety risk. It's not guaranteed that it would be a safety risk, but there is some potentially severe and potentially life-threatening weather that could hit here tomorrow. That's not something I want to say out of fear or out of an attempt to scare anybody. It's just a reality, because severe weather is not... Ooh, smithing template. I'll take that. But yeah, severe weather is not something I want to take lightly. Typically, I wouldn't mind streaming through severe weather, though, if it was going to be a typical day. But tomorrow is looking like it's going to be an exceptionally severe day compared to most. So I'm going to go ahead and, out of an abundance of caution, not be tied up with a stream while the severe threat is going on. I will make myself pretty much available to run to a shelter or run to the shelter if I need to. So, and yes, I could technically do that while on stream. I could just leave, but if I'm distracted, there's always the chance that I will not be as weather aware, and I want to try and remain as such. So that is why I will not be streaming tomorrow, and specifically because the severe weather threat is going to take place while I am, or during my typical stream time on Saturday. So that's the main reason behind it. And then another factor is what's going on today in Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri. There are some very large tornadoes, damaging tornadoes, and in fact, prior to stream today, I was watching some... Ooh, let's not drown as the death in this world. No, I was watching a live stream by... I'm sure you've at least heard of him, or if not, I'll introduce you to him. But Ryan Hall, well, I don't know him personally, but like, I'm introducing his content to you now. But Ryan Hall, his live stream, I was watching it, and the damage and destruction that has gone on today is really heartbreaking and life-changing. and my heart goes out to everybody who was impacted today, because I've I've not been I've been watching weather for a while, and this is one of the most severe days I've ever seen. Some of the worst tornadoes, and the people that were impacted were hit pretty hard. Thank God, as of my current knowledge, there has not been any fatalities. So God's been watching out for the people in Nebraska and Illinois and Missouri, but the severe weather threat isn't over. There have definitely been injuries, and there have been so many homes destroyed. It's been a rather unbelievable day, and based on that, tomorrow the atmosphere is accessing the same fuel, the same atmospheric conditions, and so I wouldn't be surprised if similar type of severe weather situation takes place tomorrow, and I want to be ready if it does. Of course, that's a big if, but I'm not gonna take any chances, and I don't want to be that guy that doesn't take it seriously. So I will be taking it very seriously and not streaming during a severe weather threat, because that is foolish at the best of times. Okay, right. Let's just like standing underwater in hardcore mode for a prolonged period of time. So, all right. Like I said, normally I wouldn't mind streaming through a basic severe weather threat, but this isn't your average severe weather threat. It's not just wind and hail. It's a big possibility for dangerous weather. So hope you guys understand. It's not I would definitely prefer to be streaming, but I'm not going to, like I said, be foolish and put content over safety. That's not something that I think anyone should do. That said, the storm chasers who are out there getting video, the professional storm chasers out there, I mean, they are risking their lives for content technically. However, they're trained professionals, and they are actively out there saving other people's lives by being out there, letting people know the situation that's going on, and telling people, yeah, stay away, take shot. Uh-oh. Okay, I missed my water bucket. I also missed the jump there. But yeah, they're out there actively letting people know how far or how close it is, how close tornadoes are to them, and so mad respect for all of those people out there. I would love to storm chase myself. I would love to be out there doing that, getting video. It's something I really enjoy doing. However, I don't think crowding the roads is a good thing to do. So I won't be out there doing that at all. I will be at home waiting for the sirens to go off, if they go off, and I'll be ready to hop into shelter if I need to. So that's that. That said, maybe if the threat passes sooner than anticipated, maybe I will hop on stream a little bit later, maybe 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, depending on when the severe weather threat hits. So we'll just have to wait and see. But anyhow, we're gonna head back to my base now. Now that we have the kelp and the Soul Sand is already back at base. But now that we have all of that, we are gonna go ahead and I guess we're gonna make a spider spawner, which is not ideal. Not my favorite kind of spawner to build, but It's the only one we got, so guess we'll just have to make do. You know, I could just make a floating mob spawner in the sky. That's not off the table either. Something that's just kind of your skyblock version of a mob spawner. Use that here. Wouldn't be a terrible idea for XP, but having it higher up in the world does mean less spawn rate. Especially if there's still some ground loaded below. That could be problematic. Of course, I could turn my render distance down. That's actually not a terrible idea. To do that. But I want to try and avoid doing tricks like that as much as... Is that it? Wait, that's a... Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. There's an igloo here, too. Oh. Is there a basement in this igloo? No, there's not. Darn. I will take this carpet with me, though. Actually, no, I won't. I'll just leave it here in a very poor rendition of what it used to look like. Cool. Oh, anything in the furnace? No. Man. Also, that would have been nice to get that the villager achievement for Brewing the Villager, or Curing the Villager. That would have been nice. But yeah, I don't think I've been to this village yet. I know there was one out on a more flat area than the village that I have set up at. And then there's my village. And then I think this is a Third Plains village, right kind of in the vicinity of my area. So, wow, that's kind of nice. If I ever need more villagers, we know where to... Oh, and there's horses. Unfortunately, I do not have a saddle with me still. So I can't... So I can't train one or tame one and ride it on to glory like I would like to, simply because... Yeah. Oh well. That's fine. I'll get a hopper one of these days. A hopper? Excuse me? A saddle one of these days. You don't have chest. I don't think you have a chest either. Nope. I will take your bell, though. Simply because I don't need to keep the bell in place for you guys. Oh, a brewing stand might be nice to have. Give me that. Thank you very much. Okay, that terrified me. The bag that I have set on top of my... Oh, another brewing stand. Nice. Ooh, more caves. Okay, let me hop in there real quick and see if we've got a spawner, because that would be extremely helpful. Yeah, I suppose what I'm learning about hotkeys is that I need to... Okay, you know what? I have to... Oh man, I say I have to see if I will accidentally end stream, but I'm definitely not trying that again right now. So, anyways, let's try this cave first, because it's on this side of the river. Okay, wow, you are a very ominous looking cave, but honestly, not so dangerous, because it's only... Knockback is so irritating when you don't have sharpness. Good gravy. Oh, hello there. Especially with skeletons. Holy Toledo, man. Alright. Yeah, so it doesn't look like we've got a whole lot of anything in this cave, so no spawners there. Man. Still can't believe I found a second spider spawner before I found any other type of spawner, because I don't know if it's true that I don't think it's a fact that spider spawners spawn less frequently. I don't think that's true at all. But spider spawners, I usually don't find any of them in my worlds at all. Usually it's always zombie or skeleton. So it's kind of... at least for me, unprecedented to find 2 spider spawners before I find any other kind of spawner. Oh, good gravy. That is a very unfortunate circumstance, I suppose. Then we have pretty much an open air cave here, which I don't think we'll see a spawner in. But, yeah, you never know. Weirder things have happened. I definitely don't want a cave spider spawner. That would be the worst. Last time I tried to make a mob grinder out of a cave spider spawner in a solo world was my Into the Nether series, I believe it was. And that didn't go so hot. I died, I think, 6 times in the process of building it, so not looking for not looking to do that again. Not looking to even try. Although this time now that I know what I'm doing, it would actually go quite smoothly, I would imagine. I could probably get one out there and working pretty easily. But I still don't want to deal with it all that much, so I'm just not going to. Oh, man. Maybe if I say it enough times, a spawner will show up in one of these caves. Okay, I think we'll just use up this dripstone, because I don't feel like carrying that in my inventory. Alright, let's come over here and see what's going on. Oh, just more of the same. Just a lot more big cave. Doesn't look like that. Oh, that's a really big cave. Maybe I need to give it a little bit more of a search before I write it off as having no spawners. Ooh, it does have a lot of mobs in it, though. Even without spawners. So, guess I do need to be extremely careful, especially considering I'm in hardcore mode. But I'm not gonna shy away from exploring this place just yet. I'm gonna come up to the top here and just light it up so I don't have any creepers dropping down on me. And okay, that was just okay. I was just a motorcycle or a car starting or something, because the last explosion I heard was very similar to that. So I think I just misheard it earlier. Still kind of loud though. Kind of obnoxious to have that kind of car at an apartment complex, but I'm not really gonna complain too much. Can't really decide what people like and don't like, and I'm not gonna tell somebody they can't do their hobby just because it makes some noise every once in a while. That's just Karen type behavior right there. And I am not quite as what's the word I'm looking for? Quite as irrational as a Karen, I suppose, is a good terminology. That's not the word I was looking for, but I do kind of feel bad for the people named Karen, though. I looked at the Enderman, didn't I? I definitely looked at that Enderman. Yes, I did. Okay. Well. Okay, I am so glad that there was blocks in between me and that creeper, because I didn't have my shield in my left hand like I usually do. Okay, well, that could have been really bad. What do I drop? Probably that. I can drop potions if I need to as well. I can just brew the water breathing later after I fish a little bit for pufferfish, if I really need them. Yeah, I'm not seeing any spawner, but doesn't mean that there isn't one. I think that's the big thing to remember here, is that just because I don't see one right now doesn't mean there isn't one a little further in. You know what? I suppose instead of going east, once we get back to base, we'll go south and try and find a desert or a jungle for bamboo and cactus. Because I think that that may go into the easiest XP farm that I can make right now at this point, just due to the fact that mob spawners seem to be extremely elusive for me right now. So that is all right. We will manage one way or another to get some XP this stream. I want to enchant at least something else other than what I have. Ooh, I think I came in from this direction. It may actually loop around. Yeah, okay, it loops around. So, all right, yeah, we're gonna leave. I don't want to test my luck too much more, and that guy has a power bow, so we're definitely leaving. We're definitely leaving at this point. I don't want to test that guy. Jeez, those power bows hurt, especially even with diamond armor. Those things hurt. Holy cow! Was not expecting that, eh? I do need to make sure that I get out of here, though. That is something that I need to do, is make sure that I get out of here alive. Don't remember which direction home is, though, either. Now that I think about it, I kind of lost my way. So we need to go that way. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, that way. You know, I'm gonna place a bed. I don't want it to be traveling in the rain. I'm going to put it somewhere a little safer than down there, though. I don't want to be bombarded by a creeper on accident. Wasn't exactly a much safer place to put it, I suppose. Me and my little escapades. Anyways, now that that is complete, now that we have successfully slept through the night, let's go ahead and head home so that I can get going to the south. Try and find a desert and get some bamboo and some cactus. Bamboo from a jungle nearby that desert is my theory there. Not bamboo from a desert. That doesn't make any sense. Bamboo does not grow in deserts unless you force it to grow in deserts. And even then, well, actually, even then it does pretty well, in Minecraft at least. Though I can't imagine planting bamboo in a desert in real life would go over so well. Wouldn't necessarily prevent it from growing, but I don't think it would grow so well. Okay, this is certainly... okay. Wow, that is certainly a cave. Yeah, and it is continued over here. So let me give this a quick look. See, I don't have a spyglass on me, but there is water down there, so if I fall, I'm not in too much danger. But I'd like to avoid it if at all possible. Yeah, alright, so we'll go up to there. I like that idea, because it's also in the direction of my base, and I do... Okay, good, I can make that. Man, I feel so bad for ending stream so suddenly. I'm so sorry. Ugh. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I need to get myself a stream deck, but I don't have them. Don't really have the disposable income for that. Not in this economy. Was that a spider that ran across the wall? Probably. Wouldn't be surprised. There was a spider in here the other day that I didn't kill, and that's probably it. Dang. Bad timing. If it crawls across my keyboard, I'm going to panic. Because I'm terrified of spiders. Just fun fact. Oh, I've been here before. Fun fact. Crimson Gemini is terrified of real-life spiders. In the game, they're not so bad because they're so blocky. But if they were more realistic, these spiders would creep me out. I would probably be straight up terrified of them. Just like the satisfactory spiders. Oh, those things are awful. Those are absolutely terrifying. The satisfactory spiders. Could not pay me money to be in a room with one of those things in real life. If those things were real. Could not pay me money. Well, I say that. Well, yeah, no, I stand by that statement. I definitely do. I was about to say, maybe I would for the right amount, but nope, no money would get me to do that. Absolutely not. That is incredibly no, just a big fat nope from me. Would never be able to do that. There's other fears that I'll overcome. Just not the satisfactory spider one. One of these days, though. Maybe I'll overcome my fear of the satisfactory spider. Maybe. Not anytime soon, though. I don't really have any reason to. And especially considering the fact that once I get any kind of weapon in, other than the saber, any kind of projectile weapon that's unsatisfactory, then I feel completely safe against the spiders. So they're not such a big deal at that point. Especially once I get the homing ammo, because then I don't even have to aim at those fast suckers. But man, I got to say, whoever was in charge of designing those spiders, yeah, man, you went above and beyond. You did a fantastic job. Because ooh, they know how, well, man, they can they terrify you. They terrify the soul. They're not. It's not even just a jump scare. It's kind of the psychological terror of knowing that one's behind you, chasing you when you're running away from it, because it's just as fast as you. So, oh my gosh, those things are terrifying. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks so, but holy cow. Actually, I know I'm not the only one, but I mean, or else they wouldn't have an arachnophobia mode. I just prefer to not use arachnophobia mode because cats are better than spiders, and I don't want to ruin cats by making them something that I kill. I don't want to kill cats. That's just not in my DNA. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess I was far enough away that those stayed loaded in. Let me just drop off some random other stuff and then pick those up, because might as well. If I ever decide to do a TNT duped automatic tree farm for the cherry sapling, I'll have plenty to get it started. I guess that's the logic behind it there. And remember, folks, if you're playing on the AdStar server, don't use TNT dupers. They're not allowed on there. I can use them here because this is my single player world. But don't even try on the AdStar server. They won't like it very much. It's not a bad thing either, because it can cause lag if not done correctly. So, and also there's a little more to it than just lag, but you get the point. Ah, yes. Tres Ender Palace. I forget what I was gonna. Oh, right. No, wait. What was I gonna put down here? I think I meant to split the wood chest into logs and not logs, but oh well. Too bad. Okay, we're gonna put the dripstone in there. Did I ever? Oh yeah, no, I did go after the buried treasure map. I did find the buried treasure as well. I should have filled out the whole map so that I could put it in an item frame. But here we are. I did not, and that is okay. Go ahead and put the potions in here for now. Ah, yes, the brewer. The brewing stands can go over here. Well, actually, no, I don't want to make any clerics just yet, because I don't have any zombie farm of any kind. So they're pretty useless, actually, right now. Good news, though, is I did get an absolute boatload of coal, so I can stock these furnaces entirely and have some left over. Absolutely fantastic on that front. Throw the bed in there. I think I'll go ahead and throw the bell in here, the tools chest. It just feels right, you know? And then, okay, what did I say I was going to do when I got back to base? I've already forgotten. I know I said it earlier. Oh, yeah, I was going to go south and look for a desert. All right, let me go ahead and grab that boat again because I completely forgot that I was going to be leaving again. Okay, we're going to look for a desert, and we're going to look for a jungle to the south. Maybe I should go the complete opposite direction and go west this time. Yeah, maybe I go, well, that's north. No, that is south. What am I doing? You know, yeah, well, let's kind of go a southwesterly direction, actually. Kind of split the difference there. I feel pretty good about that. That feels like the correct decision. And I didn't grab a bed. I mean, I'm pretty close. I could just turn around and grab a bed like a normal person, but no, I think I'll just run on with that one. Forgot that cup wasn't a sealed top. Spilled some water on myself. Yikes. That actually is kind of messy. Although, it is just water, so it will evaporate. And I did just spill it on myself, so not like I got it all over my microphone or anything, but still. Alright, we definitely need to get... Of course, it's nighttime as I leave. Yeah, we definitely need to get a source of XP. So I'm gonna commit to going to the desert, getting some cactus, some bamboo. Oh, have I think I've. Oh, wait. Have I found this village before? I don't remember if I found this village before. I don't think I have. I say that very questioningly because I don't actually recall. But yeah, I don't think I found this village. I'm going to borrow your bed and then take your bed. But... oh my gosh, that's... okay, so would this be the fourth village? If I haven't found this before, that's the fourth Plains village. And then the fifth Plains village is right over there. What is up with this world? So many villages in such close proximity. That's... that's... I'm not complaining, but also... don't really need all of those villages, personally. Even though it is kind of fun to have. Oh my gosh, I'm about to sneeze again. Oh, brother. Okay, we're all good. I was about to say Gesundheit, but no, you only say that to other people. Okay, ruined portal. Oh wait, hold on. This would totally be a finishable portal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is a completely finishable portal. How about that? Actually, because I know that, I'm totally going to take all of this obsidian with me. And then maybe use the nether as a way to get back. Although, you know what? I didn't mark down the coordinates of my portal in the nether. However, I do think that I'm close enough to 0, 0 on the nether side that that wouldn't pose a problem. I think I could just go towards 0, 0 and eventually encounter it with a reasonable amount of certainty. So I think that is what I'll do. I'll go... ahead and grab all this and then bet on being able to use the nether to come back if I go too far. For it to be reasonable to use the overworld to get back. But look at that. We got our 10 pieces of obsidian. Exactly what we need to build a portal. And 3 extra because why not? Alright, we'll leave the rest of that stuff there. Don't really need it. Oh, what I do need though will be more food. So I probably should have been collecting some of this pink residue that cows so kindly provide to me when I let them touch my sword. You know, that sounds extremely bizarre and a very strange way to word that, but you know, I think that's... Yeah, I think I should be a little bit more careful about my wording in the future, but you know what? I'm sure everybody knew what I meant, and there's no possible way that that can be misinterpreted. So, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, you are a cartographer, or cartographer. I know how to say it. I know it's cartographer, but it's fun to mess with words sometimes. I'll take the empty maps. Why not? That's actually not a terrible find. And I'll leave you to your own stuff over there. Anyone in there? Nope, no one is in there. Anybody? I guess most people probably aren't home at this time. I'll take your bell. I don't know why I'm taking. Well, maybe you know what? Here, maybe I am taking their bells. Oh, you have 2 bells. That's right. Maybe I'm taking their bells because I'll use them in redstone later. Yeah, we'll just go with that because I'm totally somebody who uses a lot of redstone. Totally. Yeah. That's not unbelievable. Oh, whoa. I think I just found the smallest acacia biome I have ever found in my entire life. What? There is absolutely no way I just stumbled across something like this. Granted, I did find that little tiny cherry biome, was it last stream? So I guess this isn't too far off of that type of thing. Oh, and there's another nether portal over there. I'll go to that next, but look here. I think that's also Savannah right over there. But I think they're split into 2 technically different biomes. So let's check. So I'll go ahead and go into F4 mode since we can see it very clearly. So this is plains. If you look on the right, left side of my screen, kind of near the center biome. So all around it is is river, but we get windswept savanna right here. And now it goes back to river. And then it turns into windswept savanna again. And that leads me to believe that this is potentially... I was going to say potentially a very tiny desert, but no, I think this is just a beach. Yep, just a beach. Very, very, very cool and lonesome beach. Like, that's a really fun beach island, actually. That's really kind of cool. Man, I'm still upset that... I'm still so upset that I ended stream on accident. I still solely blame OBS for that one, because I did test and make sure that those hotkeys didn't work anymore prior to last stream. So, anyhow, that's all right. Oh, thorns, not so great. Silk touch hoe. Don't think I'll take any of that. I can get a silk touch on a diamond hoe later if I so desire. But for now, I'll just continue on through this tiny little travel. I must find a desert and a jungle biome. I need XP real badly. And until I see the light, I must go on and face every single type of plight. Oh, there's sea trolls over here. Nice. I've been looking at that very square thing in the distance there, and I'm curious what that is. I still can't tell what that is from here. Sea turtle, you're just gonna have to chill there. Oh wow. Oh, you know, this is actually a really good place for sea turtles. Now that I think about it, hey. Oh, I thought that was a mushroom island for a second, but actually, that's just a really tall windswept savanna, and I still can't tell what that is. I think I do think it is just a bit of land. Yeah, it's just a bit of land. Okay. Well, I got really excited for a second. I'm not sure if that's an eyesight thing or if that's just it was playing tricks on my eyes. Type. Whoa, brother! Look at that. Now that's something special. And I suppose if there's negative coordinates, I will test my... Wait, is that a shipwreck off in the middle of land over there? You know, I'm going to use free cam to check it out. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Okay. Maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe I won't. I really only... Well, maybe I'll... Yeah. So, anyways. I kind of stuttered over everything there. I will use this as an opportunity to obtain another wood type that I don't have readily available at my own base. Though I don't know how much acacia I'll actually use. I'll probably use the logs a lot, but the acacia wood itself, the orange stuff, is a bit much. Wow. Yeah, this is actually... Whoa, that's a really cool kind of... little opening. There's a skeleton there, so I'm going to go the other way. Don't want him to accidentally shoot my boat. And I'm having trouble finding a comfortable way to sit today. Don't know what it is. I think I'm just... Yeah, I don't know. Not that there's any kind of weird thing going on. It's just I can't sit in one place for a super long time today. Have to keep adjusting. Oh wait, there's a swamp. I just, you know, I just completely brushed this aside, but there could be mangrove nearby, so I'll have to check that out as well after I get some acacia wood. Yeah, so I guess we're not going back for that shipwreck. I have no reason to. I already have a Heart of the Sea from the buried treasure map that I found on the other one. So I don't really have any incentive to go check that out other than hello? Other than armor trims, but I also already have the armor trims from the shipwreck, so I don't really need that anymore. But I will say it's a good sign that we've got the warm biome, or I guess the arid biome of the savanna here, right next to the mangrove swamp, or right next to the mangrove swamp, right next to the swamp, because the mangrove swamp I believe is a warm biome, and so I think with the appearance of the swamp next to the acacia biome, we have a fairly high chance of getting or seeing a mangrove swamp, which would actually be really, really great. We're gonna sleep because I don't like nighttime. Oh my goodness. I need to shift again. Oh, you know what? It could just be because I'm sore from planting my garden pots for my balcony yesterday. That's probably it. Because I was standing up and down. I was standing up, sitting down off of low areas a whole bunch yesterday, so I had to... Yeah, that's probably it. That makes sense, but anyways, that is all right. And we have a single acacia sapling. That won't cut it. I think I'll try and go for 5 acacia saplings. Just because we're not necessarily guaranteed one out of every tree. So it's always good to have a good amount of backup. And that's 4. And yeah, that should be alright. Should be enough. But round it out at 5 there. Give it a nice clean interval. Although I will go ahead and pick up that 6th one that I just picked up. Okay. Anyways, let's go towards the swamp. It's a frog! Let's go! Hi there. I've seen your white cousin on AdStar, and now I'm seeing you, but I don't think I've ever seen a green frog in Minecraft yet. Well, I've seen it on videos, but not in game yet. So, can't wait to deal with you guys in this world. I just finished dealing with you guys on AdStar, Skyblock, so. Oh, well, isn't this inconvenient? Right as I was talking about how the swamp is right next to a warm biome, it's also right next to a cold biome. So maybe I'm not so much guaranteed to see a mangrove swamp. What is going on over there? I'm going to use this as kind of a zoom, if you will. I'm just going to... That is a very flat surface. Oh, and there's a ruined portal over on that side too. Yeah, look at that. That's a very flat surface. Wow, okay. Well, anyways. Moving on. I definitely thought I was going to fall a lot further than I did there. There's a witch's hut over here. I'm going to not check it out because there's not really anything good. I will go buy it, though. Because I see a spruce village over there. Oh, yeah, I just tried to place the bed like a boat. Oh, boy. Oh, the rest of the stream will be fun. It's hardcore. I better get my stuff together because, man, this ain't going so hot. This won't be going so hot if I'm not careful. But yeah, so I know witches will just spawn around here, so I need to be careful. And this is the... Oh, okay, yeah, you know what? We're moving on. I don't feel like dealing with a witch right now. I just don't. But okay, that aside, let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, it looks like this is where the swamp ends, but I will continue going southwest though. So actually, that's the perfect direction to go towards that village, in hopes of finding a desert and a jungle. Actually, I do technically need both if I want to build the XP farm I want to build. Actually, you know, I don't know if I have spruce yet either. Oh, bookshelves. Nice. I don't remember if I have spruce wood or not, so I'll collect these saplings and then hope for the best. I'll only grab the saplings out of the chest, so I don't feel like really chopping down trees. And I will trade my yellow bed for a purple one, because purple is just objectively a better color. Sorry for all those yellow lovers out there. I'm not a big fan. Don't get me wrong, yellow looks good, but not my favorite color. A little bit too vibrant for my tastes. And also, if you couldn't tell, purple is also one of my favorite colors. So it's not that yellow is a bad color, it's just that purple is a better color. Okay. Well, that ain't going so hot. Nothing of interest yet. Oh, hello there. You seem to be trapped a little bit. Yeah, these spruce villages are really good villager traps, both outside in the feeding troughs and inside that specific house. The villagers can't pathfind over those trap doors, so yeah. Hello, Mr. Cartographer. Nope, you do not have any more empty maps for me to grab. So I shall move onward from this village. I do need to make sure I'm still traveling southwest, though. Wow, another... Yeah, there's... I know that there was a sunken ship over there a little ways. Yeah, right there. And there's one right there. So, okay, maybe I do go ahead and check these and... You know what? To do that... Let me grab a door. Sorry, guys. You guys will be doorless if zombies come, so... just pray that your life will be saved for somehow, some way in... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly how else to put that. Sorry, villagers. I really hope I haven't been muted this whole time. That would be really embarrassing. Doesn't look like I am, so I think I'm okay. Alright, let's head down into here and place our door down. Check the chest. Ooh, lots of iron, but I'm mostly interested in the emeralds. And you know what, I'll grab the gold too. There's no reason to leave it behind, I suppose. So we'll go ahead and grab it. Now I need to drop down to here. Oh, and there's already a door in place, so that works out perfectly. We'll go get that buried treasure map next, but first we need to grab this. Carrots and potatoes. Yep, nothing too good there, so we'll leave those be. Alright, now which ship was this one again? This was the one directly offshore, so now it's time to go to that one. After we grab this treasure map, if I go east, I can find it. So the opposite direction of where I need to be going. But I thought that was fire burning underwater. Oh my goodness, I need to get my eyes checked. Wait, that's a mushroom island. Wait, okay, what caused this to break over here? Did that just break randomly? Oh, gravel must have fallen. That's a mushroom island. Okay. I've never legitimately found a mushroom island in one of my survival worlds. And obviously not in hardcore, because I've never really dabbled with hardcore all that much. So, after I get this buried treasure, we're headed right back over to that mushroom island, because that is something special. And that will be marked down on coordinates, and I really hope that stream does not end if I have to type down a negative, which I do think I do. Oh, no, I don't. No negatives. Let's go, baby! Okay, where is this treasure going to be? I think I've got a pretty good idea. Yeah, it'll be on this sandbar somewhere. Look at that. There's the witch's hut is even on it. Yeah, so I think it'll be under that piece of gravel that I'm so closely heading towards. Oh, no. I think it'll be right under this bit of sand. Just a guess. I haven't actually done the typical check that I would do. Oh my gosh. What? I've never seen a hole go this deep before. Okay, yeah, we're good. So let me do the actual proper check for the. I think. Oh yeah, no, I was off by quite a ways. So I need to stand here. Come to here. Let my booty stick out ever so slightly. I do need to come up for air though. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay, no, obviously not. I will go ahead and double check that. Yeah. Oh, I was off by one. Okay, cool. More diamonds, and I need to. I guess I could have put the door down. Okay, so 2 diamonds, more emeralds, more gold, another heart of the sea. I will take that. And I'll leave everything else. Oh, I probably should grab the TNT from the other one. But yeah, I'll leave everything else behind. Wait. No, those are just fish. I don't know what I thought I saw there. There's a sea temple over there right by the Mushroom Island. Wait, that's perfect. That's actually such a perfect setup. How wonderful is that? Actually, before I do anything else, let's sleep. Because I do not want to be going. I mean, I guess their moms don't really spawn on the Mushroom Island at all, but don't want to try my luck too far. Oh, and I don't want to get too close to this place because I do not want to get mining fatigue. Holy mackerel! Oh my gosh! This is a massive mushroom island. Oh my gosh! What? And there's underwater ruins over there, which I don't have an archaeology brush for, but wow. Oh, dolphins. Nice. Hello, guys. Wow. Well, was not expecting to find this today. Absolutely fantastic discovery here. So actually, you know what? This actually is... Huh. This isn't a terrible place to actually set up a home base now that I think about it. I mean, first of all, no mobs would spawn. Wow, look at that. Yeah, so first of all, no mobs would spawn, apart from if there's spawners down below. Second off, there's so much ocean everywhere around. I could build all kinds of good farms, raid farms specifically, although I think that breaks in 1.21, so maybe I won't build a raid farm. Or maybe that's more incentive to build it quicker. But there's a guardian... Or there's a sea temple right there, so I could have a guardian farm right nearby. And, geez, this place is massive. Let's use... Holy cow. Yeah, this is pretty big. And, hey, look at that. There's a lush cave underneath as well. So, this is looking, you know... As much as I don't necessarily want to come here because it doesn't have grass, and as much as I love the other area that I was in because it just looks so pretty, are you kidding? This is an archipelago. There's a second island? Bro, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. I could not be any more pleased. This is fantastic. Anyways, what was I saying? Right. And as much as I love the other area that I was in, as much as I did just build the iron farm there. So that's a little bit of a pain, but shoot, we're not all that far away. I mean, 1,500 blocks, that's only what, like 300 blocks to the nether roughly? Right, even less than that, like 190 blocks in the nether. Dude, huh. And, yeah, I guess turning this whole place to grass might be painful if I ever decide to do that. But, shoot, this is such a convenient area, and there's nothing for miles on end outside of it either. I mean, look at this place. You know, I suppose I could be going around it in a boat, doing all... Wait, don't tell me. Is that a... Okay. Is that a second sea temple? What's that? I think that's just underwater ruins, right? Is that a second sea temple, or is that the first one that I found? I think that's a second sea temple. Yeah, because I found the other one from, well, actually, the only way to know for certain is to actually go check. And, man, this is gonna be a painful process, eh? What's that? I think that's just clay. But this place is huge. I don't think I've ever seen a mushroom island this big. Yeah, look at that. The other sea temple is right there. I don't know if you can see it. Here, let me do this. Yeah, look at that. There's 2 sea temples. 2 sea temples. One right there. And one right there. This is an elite tier place. What? Okay. Hear me out, bro. I do need to get to that second island at some point, but let me hop into the water to try and go around this whole place a little bit faster, eh? How big is this place? Maybe I should use one of my maps here. But I think I'll use that at the center of the island and try and map the whole place in a little bit. But yeah, I'm definitely going to set up another portal here so that I can go back to my home base pretty quickly. So I won't have to mark down the coordinates of this place. Wow. This is incredible. It keeps going. It just keeps going. And there's so much open sea around it as well that it is... It's so isolated. This is remarkable. Okay, this could be... Here's an idea. This could be my farm island. I could build a whole bunch of my farms that I would AFK at. So that... Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so this looks like excuse me here, what direction is this? This could be this, okay, so this is the south extent of the island. Look how long this thing is, though. Oh my gravy, bro. This is incredible. I have never seen a mushroom island this big before. This seed, man, is absolutely incredible. And we have a nice large pile of packed and blue ice right next door in these icebergs so that I could use water streams for items and all that good stuff very readily. So sweet. That's another nice feature of the area. What else? There's a whole bunch of ruins that I can come back to with an archaeology brush, so that I can potentially get some sniffer eggs as well. So that's cool. What else? What else is nearby? Obviously, there's the 2 guardian temples, or the 2 sea temples rather, and there's always the potential for a good nether as well, although I think we're only like a few hundred blocks away from my main portal when we're here, so as long as we're on the north end here. I should say, because on that far south end we added another few hundred blocks, because this place is incredibly huge. Let's just look at it again from this vantage point. This is such an extensive island. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like it before. So, anyways, let's keep heading north. And go check out that second island in the archipelago. See how big it is compared to this one. Yeah, alrighty. At this rate, I feel like this is the archipelago of Japan. You've got the big long mainland, and then potentially a smaller little island. I think it's Hokkaido is that northern island, if I remember correctly, based on. There is no way, absolutely not. There is a third sea temple right next to Hokkaido. Okay, or pardon me, the northern island. So there's no way it has 2, just like the other one, right? There's no way there's one on on the east side as well, because this is the west side. bro. What? There. This is probably the best one to build a farm at, though, because it's closest to the mainland, actually. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hop onto the mainland so that I can sleep here real quick. And then we'll explore this during the daytime. Let's see how big this island is compared to the other one. Shall we? Bro, this is nuts. I've never found a mushroom island in survival before. I mean, I've played with them on servers. Obviously, the Hardcore 3 server, some of you guys would know that we are the Penguin's main base was on a mushroom island, so I did have the joy of building on a mushroom island there. However, never in a single player world. Yeah, it looks like this island is much smaller, and I actually can't wait to map both of these islands out to see if there is kind of a resemblance to the main island of Japan and the northern island, which, as of right now, if I'm remembering correctly, is Hokkaido. See, you know what? I've got a sheet right here. Hokkaido. Yep, I was absolutely correct. That northern island of Japan is called Hokkaido. So, cool. I know my geography. How about that? If you want to know the real reason that I know where Hokkaido is, it's because I just watched an anime called, was it Hokkaido Gals Are Cute or something like that? There's no way! There are 4 sea temples. 2 on each mushroom island. What? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. What is going on here? 1, 2, and then there's... I can make an extremely efficient guardian hub. I'll have a lot of sponges too. That is that's a really good thing though. That's really good though. I don't have to travel too far to get sponge, and a lot of it, eh? Because don't tell me. Hold on. I thought I saw something over this way. Okay, maybe my eyes were my eyes were probably playing tricks on me. I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, I think. Oh, there's a dark oak forest. I think that's the one that I spawned in. Or, no, maybe not. But wow. Okay. I'm not quite sure how to respond to this information that I just learned about my hardcore world. Okay. We have 4 sea temples and the biggest mushroom island archipelago I have ever seen. I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but the first order of business here is to map the entire area. And to do that, I need a lot of blank maps, and a lot more than I originally thought I was going to need when this was only one island that I thought was a reasonable size. I thought the first island was probably about this size, but no, absolutely not. Nope. It decided to be a long boy north to south, and so I'm gonna need quite a few maps, eh? I don't know why I keep saying again, I'll bet you I picked that up from the Hokkaido Gals Are Cute anime, and or so yeah, I'll bet you that's where I picked it up from. Because that was they really got into that accent in that anime. Very Canadian accent with the dub, which I think is kind of funny. I've got to say it was very strange hearing that accent in an anime. The typical, the stereotypical type of Canadian accent. Stereotypical, not in a bad way. Just it's typically what you think of when you think of a Canadian accent. It was very strange hearing it in an anime, but it's not a bad thing. I really enjoyed having having that. Okay, let's make a map, and that also means I'll need to craft a bunch of item frames. So how many maps do we think it's gonna take to map this whole place? I am going to, whoa boy, I'm trying to find a central place to put this nether portal that I'm gonna go through to get back to my other portal. You know what, here, let's place the portal right at the azalea tree. It's not exactly central, but it's a good landmark, and I think since it's the only azalea tree on the entire map, or on the entire island rather, it's a decent place to start. And I will put the map here. We'll put the map in this section facing that way, and I'll go ahead and lay that out with I'll go ahead and have a preliminary guess of how many maps it'll take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we'll keep it at 5. I think I think we'll keep it at 5 maps wide. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maps tall. I think that is a fairly reasonable guess for how many maps it's going to take to map everything here. Again, that is just a guess, though. And, of course, the first map that I do will probably be that one there. But it will be... Oh, boy, my inventory is extremely full, so let me go ahead and place some things down. Let me start by placing a crafting table down, because we will need a crafting table. And you know what, the funny thing is, now I wish I had a cartography table so that I could lock this map in before I did any kind of modifications, but that's okay. We'll make a chest here to put a whole bunch of our stuff in. I'll put the heart of the sea, the diamonds, some of the random bits and bobs in here. You know, I'll take this back with me. And I'll go ahead and craft one item frame for the one map that I will be placing down right now. Okay. I imagine that we will probably... be getting a very nice pink square. Oh my gosh, I forgot my Mycelium was purple on the map. Okay, so I think this one will probably go right here. Well, actually, you know, maybe it goes right here. You know, yeah, right there. I'll put it there for now, and we can always change it later. Okay, well, that maps that out pretty well. The one thing that I do want to make sure of is that that we have the opportunity to get the sea temples on the maps, because I know you can see them on maps, because on the AdStar survival server I have a massive hole in the sea, and there's a sea temple nearby, and you can see it on the map. So, all right, that's the first map. We will go a little bit beyond the first map and do the second map. I don't have any more... Pardon me. I do have more leather. Oh, wait, no. It wasn't leather that was the problem. It was sticks. Oh, bugger. Can you tell that I'm a little bit tired? I've had a very, very interesting week. I had a job interview yesterday, and I think it went pretty well. Don't want to jinx it, so I'll knock on wood. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how that goes. Anyways, let me... Yeah, you know, I should probably be using the acacia wood for these sticks because it's the less attractive of the woods. Oh, right. Oh, I was about to say, yeah, I should sleep before mobs are a problem, but we're in a biome that doesn't spawn any, so I shouldn't even be worried about that. Okay, so I think the next two, with these two maps, I'm going to go over here to see how mapping the Sea Temple goes, and then I'll go north to map to see if I can map the south end of the North Island within one map or not. Okay, I do need to go a fair bit beyond here. Pretty much, I have to get out to the Sea Temple before I pop this map. I don't want to get too close because I do not want to get mining fatigue. That would be a little bit annoying. All right, this should be a new map, right? Yes, it is. And guess what is not on the map? The Sea Temple. It definitely could be on this map. Ooh, maybe. It may actually be off the map. So, but yeah, I'm not going to get too close. I'm not trying to die today. And then I said I was going to go north quite a ways to see if I could get the southern bit of that island on it. So I need to make sure I go far enough north to not accidentally create the same map as the previous one. Okay, I think I should be far enough north, right about here. And would you look at that? It's more ocean. Oh boy. Okay, so this is the one that goes north. So this one goes north. This one goes to the west. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that just happened. All right. Well, now we know this is going to be a lot bigger map than I thought it was. Ooh, boy, I think we're probably going to need over 64 maps, I would say. So we have a lot of compasses, and actually, I don't know if I have enough redstone for that. I know I don't have enough paper, so that's a problem. But that's fine. Yeah, all right. So we are... Oh. Yeah, I think I'm okay here. Yeah. So this one goes to the north, and this one goes to the west. Wow. I get the... I get the feeling I severely underestimated how big this map was going to end up being. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is a nice project. I'm going to go and change the title of the stream. We are mapping a mushroom island. Mapping a massive mushroom island. Is land with 4 sea temples. There we go. Good news is that the Guardians can also be used as a form of XP. So, oh brother, oh brother. Uh-oh. Oh, good, 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 good. I didn't accidentally end stream again. All right, yeah, let me drop some of this other random stuff off as well. The door, the tint, the dirt. All right, now let's grab this obsidian and make ourselves a portal. Yeah, the portal will go back over in this corner. It's a nice, perfect fit. It doesn't. I will be missing a single corner on it, unfortunately. But what can you do? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And so which corner are we going to want to be missing? I think if I was going to be missing a corner, I would want it to, oh, for goodness sake. Good news is I have efficiency, so that's not too painful. But yeah, I think if I want to have a missing corner, it'll be that bottom right one. And then I can put a cherry log in place for now. It's actually fairly close in color. But all right, let's see how close to home this portal is. I can't imagine it being too far. But I do know it has to go, let's see, kind of northeast is the direction I need to go to get to north. Wait, what? Northeast. Yeah, okay, that way. It's kind of the direction I need to go to get home. It'd be a lot easier if I had ceiling portals, but that's, or yeah, roof portals, but that's all right. For right now, I'm just going to try and make a path to my other portal. I am going to check up here though real fast to see if yeah, I think I actually recognize that area, but yeah, I don't see an easy path, so I think I will just dig. I do actually think I need to dig up as well a little bit, because I'm pretty low down here, eh? And we'll mine some quartz on the way back, get some XP. Maybe we'll be able to enchant something for our return journey. But yeah, I think I will go kind of a diagonal tunnel this way. I hate doing this without mending on my pickaxe, but oh well. What can you do? Oh, I should probably, before I bridge over lava, I should probably have some fire res potions as well. So yeah, maybe I do go ahead and, oh boy. There's a bastion right there. Okay, wow, this is really a fantastic world. My gosh. I could not have put in a better seed than this. I just chose a random number that was kind of significant to me. And use that. Is that a nether fortress or is that another bastion? Okay, now here's the real question. How close is my other portal? Because I feel like, okay, I do need to go upwards. So this is my current path. I'm gonna mark it with torches. So I go up and work my way upwards. I wonder if there's a pathway to my portal, like, kind of over here somewhere, maybe? If I break through this wall. Because I am getting closer to 0, 0. Oh no, I'm getting farther from 0, 0 that way. What am I doing? I need to go this way. Whoops, don't mind me. So yeah, not this way. Want to go this way if at all possible. Is there an easy way to peek through over here? I think I can actually, you know, let's build a bridge so that we're not using up my pickaxe as much. So let's kind of build a skirt along the outside here as our option for traversing this wall. I'm all for this method. And actually, let's go that way next as well. We're right back at my portal. Oh, what am I doing, man? I should have checked the direction before I started going off in some way. Yeah, I should have made sure I was going in a negative coordinate direction. I need to be going that way. Not that way. That way. Oh, gravy on the horseshoe. So we can pretty much just ignore that whole thing that it did. Yeah, my portal's right behind that rock, right? yeah, okay. So I need to go this way. Oh boy, oh boy. So let's start by going over here. See if this is a good enough pathway to get to my portal. See if this pokes through somewhere useful. Nope, doesn't look like it. Does not look like it. So that's okay. That's all right. We can manage just fine. I think I'll use this as the way to mine this way. Oh, okay, now let's see if we can see our portal from here. There's the bastion again. Yeah, I think, okay, if I had to guess, I think our portal is, because it is right near that basalt delta. I think it's over this lava. Okay, please don't hate me for doing this, but I'm going to scoot out here a little bit and look. Okay, that is precarious. Don't like that a whole lot, but I'll bet you our portal is pretty much just around the corner. And I had no idea Bastion was so close to our portal. Because, I mean, 0-0 is that way. So our portal has to be, because it's in the Nether Wastes, so it has to be right over there somewhere. So the best course of action, unfortunately, is probably just, oh boy. I hate what I'm about to say, but skirt the bastion a little bit. No, absolutely not. I will not be doing that. We're gonna dig into the nether ceiling and be okay with it. Well, you know what? I will give this a shot, but run at the first sign of danger. Okay, where's the ledge that I can dig into? And I know there's a ledge here somewhere. Okay, there it is. I don't have any gold armor on either, so that's also a concern. Okay, looks like we're all right so far. Okay, so there's that guy. Not super stoked about that. So let's get our shield on. So there's those two over there too. I don't like that very much at all. Okay, I'm just gonna make a run for it, and I'm gonna go along the outside of this to see if I can find my portal, or at least see it. That's the idea. And then I can follow the torches back to the other portal. Oh, I really dislike this. Dude, even just misstepping on the block that I wanted to take up there just didn't feel good. Okay, it's got to be nearby, right? Let me come up here and check. It's got to be up there. I think that's where my portal is. Oh boy. I hate being in the nether without any kind of fall. Without feather falling. Oh boy. Or fire resistance for that matter. I'm so nervous. I am so jumpy right now. Okay, what's the best way to do this? I think just bridge across to there. There's a ghast right there. Right as I say, let's bridge across. That could not have been at a more inconvenient time. Good news. I think we're okay. I'm gonna go back around the corner though, craft a couple more torches because I'm using these as my markers. Alright. I wish I had mending. This would mend my pickaxe, but nope. Make a nice wide little place to go through here. Okay, how close are we to there? Not as close as I want to be. Okay, good. That's on the floor. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous here because I have to build across one more time. Oh, buddy. Without any kind of slime block or hay block or anything to catch my fall. Ooh, I do have, oh, I didn't bring the bed with me. I couldn't. I better not right click it though if I use the bed. Not in the nether. So I gotta be careful even if I did have the bed. Okay. This actually is starting to look familiar. Oh yes, this looks extremely familiar. I have definitely been here before. My portal is right there. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was such a good guess by me. Holy cow. Absolutely fantastic. I could not have asked for a better... That went so smoothly. I really hope the journey back goes just as smoothly. Oh my goodness. That was incredible. Oh... Oh my, okay, let's let my heart rate get back to normal. Back to its resting rate of 1,000. No, actually I don't know what my resting heart rate is. It kind of fluctuates depending on the day. I'd say my average is probably, well, I don't know. That's personal information. Maybe I don't share that. Actually, while I'm here, let me go ahead and check this. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, it turns out I know somebody who is really close to the tornadoes that happened today. So yeah, I completely forgot that they were near there. But okay, glad that they are safe though. Wow, that was. And you know, they've seen a tornado before me now. I'm the weather guy in the friend group, and I still haven't seen a tornado. Technically, I probably have, but there's no way to genuinely confirm that because it was dark outside. Could have just been rain associated with it. But I was outside looking south at a tornado that was half a mile away, or at least in the direction of it when it passed out by me. So I was at least very close to seeing a tornado if that wasn't one. Oh my gosh, I cannot jump up there right now. All right. But I'm patient. I'll see one eventually. Now, I really, as much as I want to see one, Lord, I pray that it's not tomorrow. As much as I want to see one, since I'm not going storm chasing or anything tomorrow, Lord. Oh my goodness. If I see one, that means it's heading right at me. So that becomes a completely different story there. Why is there iron in there? Anyways. Right. So, yeah, I have no redstone, so I need to go grab some redstone before I even consider doing this map thing. And so, in the meantime, with the little bit of redstone that I do have... Well, no. I don't even have enough to start an automatic sugarcane farm while I'm gone. Oh, brother. But what I can do is to maximize the amount of paper that I can get while I'm gone mining. Every single one of these pieces of sugarcane can be planted. Is that excessive? Probably a little bit, but I can up to triple my amount of sugarcane if I do this. So it's a reasonable solution to maximize my sugarcane without an automated farm. So I think it's all right. I think I'll just make use of the area behind these trees over here. You know what? I decided that I'm going to keep it right next to this one. No. I will use the space behind the trees. Don't want to do anything too crazy. In fact, I'll actually chop this one down and use this area. Now, I know there's a really efficient way to place the water to make it maximize the amount of sugarcane that I can place in a close proximity, which would be putting a water bucket here, sugarcane like this, and then the next water bucket here, and excuse me, right here, and putting sugarcane like that, so that every single block gets filled. But with only 2 buckets of water, it makes it a lot easier if I just realized what I've done. This is cursed sugarcane now. Anyways. So it's a lot easier to just do this with 2 buckets of water because you can make use of infinite water sources. So yeah, technically it's not the best way to do it, but it is certainly the most convenient way. Yeah, I didn't count any particular amount, so it's just gonna be kind of whatever feels right. There on that first one. Oh, right. Fill you in. So yeah, this should get us an absolute boatload of paper, so that we can craft the maps once we get back. And then also I'll. Oh, hello guys. Oh no. Oh, absolutely not. I will not be killing your captain. I cannot face a raid right now. That is a terrible idea. So while he's separated from you guys, let me go ahead and have you do the honors for me. Okay, come on. Come on, guys. There we go. Okay. This is actually extremely dangerous. Okay, come on. I need you guys to take care of your captain for me, please. Okay, good. So far, so good. Man, their captain is very resilient. There we go. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay. Alrighty. That could have been really bad if my shield broke. Man, they were doing a number to it there. Wow. Okay. So let's go ahead and fill these 3 trenches, see how much sugarcane this accounts for, and then go from there. But we need redstone so we can get these maps, so that we can map that Mushroom Island, dude. thing is huge. And I see now that I've made the comparison to Japan and Hokkaido, and well, I guess the whole thing is Japan, but the main big island of Japan and the northern island of Hokkaido. See, now I'm really now I'm really curious what shape it is. So we'll excuse me, stutter much. Yeah, no, we'll holy moly, it keeps happening. Okay, that's new. I've never, I don't have a stutter. I guess it's just sometimes I'm thinking too fast. Anyways, but no, I can't wait to see if it does actually resemble Japan in any way at all, or if that was just kind of a bad comparison. I can't wait. Can't wait to see. Where I thought I had dropped a piece of sugarcane, but I guess not. I think it was just the seeds. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot that I chopped down a tree. I was wondering what a sapling was doing there. All right, get that there and run this back this way. Planting sugar cane. We'll let it grow and craft it into maps that we can see. The island that we're using them for is quite big, you see. Okay, yeah, you know, I think that's enough. I think that's enough sugarcane and enough singing for that matter. But I'm gonna do one more row because clearly I didn't think that was enough. I won't sing while I plant this row. That's probably not something that you want to hear anymore. Yeah. Don't know why I like singing so much on stream. I never sing anywhere else. Well, I guess well, okay, I take that back. I sing at church a lot. every worship service, I sing. It helps that other people are much better at singing than I am, so sounds a lot better. But when I'm the only one singing, not so great a lot of times. I'll admit, even someone like me who isn't great at singing stumbles upon an accidental gem every once in a while where I sound all right. But that's every once in a while. That's not a very normal thing. So, all right. So now we just need to get a whole bunch of leather for our sugar canes or our item frames. Maybe I should have a neurological check. Good grief. No, I'm just tired. It's been a long week, as I mentioned previously. So I'm sure if I actually was able to stream tomorrow instead of needing to look out for the weather, I would be peachy clean, peachy ready and rearing to go. Yeah, I'll use that as a term. You know, I'll keep the cherry boat in my inventory. Oh, ooh. And while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and craft myself another shield, boy. And sleep, because, yeah. Don't feel like dealing with the nighttime. It won't be so bad at the Mushroom Island the nighttime, because obviously we don't get any mobs spawning there. But, it'll be kind of rough. Anyways, we have our backup shield for next time we're in the mines, which will be pretty soon because I need a whole bunch of redstone so that I can craft the maps. And then after that, I'll head back over to our archipelago of mushroom and get a whole bunch of maps mapped. Alright, so I do think that I'm going to need a lot more than what I'm going to get from this. A lot more leather. Especially considering I don't even have looting on my sword, so that is a big setback. Although, since there is a source of leather at the Mushroom Island, I don't think I should be too concerned about that as a hindrance, because I can easily get the leather there. So I will go ahead and see how much leather I get from this, though. Yeah, I can't imagine I'll need too much more than 64. Okay. That gave me 19, which is not a whole lot. Do I have any more in here by chance? No, I don't. That's unfortunate. Well, that's alright. And I think our trip down to the mines should be a fairly easy one, because there's a lot of redstone. So I think I'll just drop into the cave that's right here and call it good. There should be some redstone nearby, I would imagine. If not, then what am I doing over at this cave? There's probably a better cave, but I would go underwater if I had respiration, but I don't. All right, let's hop. Oh, hello, creeper. That could have been real bad. I need to make sure I have my shield out. Yeah. So this obviously connects to the other caves that I was in at some point, but I want to be going down as far as I can to get the redstone. So let's see. I think this is the best way to go, if I remember correctly from a previous stream, which was, I think, the last stream, actually. I need to go down this way, maybe? No, this is a dead end. Yeah, that's a dead end. Okay. I chose the wrong path. I do hear skeletons and zombies past the end of that one, though, so there is another cavern or opening nearby somewhere, but don't want to take unnecessary risks, and this is also a dead end. Of course it is. Well, that's unfortunate. We are going to, I suppose, go up here then. I think we'll probably have to continue this task into the next stream here, simply because of how absurdly large it is. So I do need, because I do need to keep this relatively short, because I do want to get to bed so that I can wake up tomorrow and continue prepping for other. Oh, that just took me in a full circle. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's go to a different cave. That was a complete and utter letdown of a cave right there. So yeah, let me just go. You know, I could just go to one of the places on the Mushroom Island. That would probably work just fine. But yeah, right around here, there's plenty of other caves that I could access. Probably, maybe. We'll wait till we get back to the excuse me, holy cow. We'll wait until we get back to the Mushroom Island to do all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and who is yelling this right now? Good grief, that scared the living daylights out of me. Oh man. Sounds like another gamer. I'll be honest, it sounded like they were yelling at a video game. Granted, that's something I never do. Ever. Couldn't be me. If you couldn't tell, I'm being a little sarcastic. I'm not very good at being sarcastic. It's a very dry sarcasm, so yeah. A lot of times I have to put a lot of more emphasis on it than other people would to make it sarcastic. But I decided not to that time, so yeah, I have yelled at my screen before. Oh boy, that is a a pesky skeleton is what I was trying to say, not a Peliskin. I really don't want to think what a Peliskin would look like. Yeah, I won't go down that rabbit hole. Anyways, I want redstone, so let's head to the depths over here. Because I do know that this is a solid way to get down deeper. Because I have been down here before. Down this way. Yeah, look at that. Deep slate right here. And there we go. This massive open cavern has a lot of redstone dotted around. I do remember. Oh, well, I guess we're taking the express route down. Okay. Whew. Glad that didn't deal too much damage, but I will eat a steak to recover that half so that I can be full health. I don't like being... Yeah, so that's where I found the amethyst. So I do remember that I need to be at deep slate level for redstone. I'm pretty certain, or at least very close to it. It is where I need to be. So I need to go down a little ways back down to where I was finding the diamonds last time. So maybe I'll find something good this time as well. Right. Is there any... I just figured I would check for treasure in here while I was here, but there is none to be had. So, all right, right back up to... Oh, there's an Enderman over there and a skeleton. So I want to get down to... Ooh, well, that's the way down. I dug a staircase up, I thought, at some point, or you know, no, I probably just stacked up, didn't I? Yeah, right here. I stacked up because I double mined. So sweet. I'll just do that again then, I guess. Maybe I'll actually make a proper way up this time though. That might not be a bad idea, considering I might be back. Okay, looking for redstone now. I suppose that's gonna be a problem though, isn't it? Oh, well, I say it, but there is some right here. Okay, let's aim for, I don't know, 5 stacks of redstone. I feel like that should be more than enough. Oh, right. I remember this place. Oh, brother. I'm not super fond of the idea of going down there right now. So, because I don't have an easy way up. I think I pillared back up to here last time. So, yeah, we'll go down this little area here. Check it out. Oh, well, what do you know? I get a fortune, some diamonds. 1, 2, 3 diamonds turned into 7. Wow, I will take that. That is a very generous helping of the shiny blue stuff. Let's make sure that it's very clear that that is Minecraft diamonds that I'm talking about when I say that. Or else people might think that I enjoy eating Tide Pods. No, I'm kidding. Don't ever do that. Eating Tide Pods is the worst trend that ever graced the internet. I should not even be joking about it. I'll be honest. I genuinely, viscerally hate that challenge so much because it's so stupid. The reason I hate it so much is that I refuse to admit that there are people that exist that thought that that was a good idea. That's what it is. It's not... And it's nothing personal against them either. It's just the action itself. So, okay, you kind of snuck up out of nowhere. Should probably put both of my headphones on instead of just my left one. That might be of good use to me. Okay, I know I'm wearing diamond armor, but I'm not invincible. Good grief. Okay, down to half health from a single skeleton. Okay, anyways. I just need some redstone here. Let me get my redstone and leave. I don't want to hang around any longer than I have to. But every time I come down here, I think I'll light it up a little bit more than I did the previous time. Because that's good practice. Oh, yeah, I should probably check that message. Because it's regarding the tornadoes that happened today. But I will do that once I'm... Well, actually, I can just hit escape, and I think it'll pause the game. Yeah. So, let me go ahead and check these... Okay, never mind. It was just acknowledgement of my message. Everyone is A-okay. From that circle that I know. Yeah, but no, my heart really does go out. My heart and prayers go out to the individuals and the families, the businesses that were hit by the tornadoes that happened in Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri today. And there were some especially bad tornadoes that happened in Nebraska into Iowa. That... Oh my gosh, I thought you were a lot closer than you were. I need to do some damage control here. Yeah, there was some really bad damage early on in the evening that I saw on Twitter, and it's really heartbreaking to know that there's communities out there that have to go through this and recover from it if they even can. And it's just such a... Tornadoes are just such a devastating force. And yeah, they're cool to photograph, to video. Storm chasing can be fun, but also I think nights like tonight where you have tornadoes that leave probably hundreds of millions of dollars of damage in their wake and disrupt thousands of people's lives. When you have tornadoes like that, it really helps, I think, center the chasing community and just the weather community in general. Just it's a good reminder that, yeah, these things are cool. So getting pretty pictures of them is... There's nothing wrong with that. It's just... I think we need to be very... very diligent in remembering that these things aren't just... These acts of nature aren't just there to be pretty, to be photogenic. They are extremely dangerous. They're extremely dangerous phenomena that will easily, in seconds, cause a lot of harm to not only yourself, but those around you and your community if you're not careful. And I'm specifically talking about storm chasing when I say that, because if you get too close or something goes wrong, that you weren't anticipating, and you end up being in the path of a tornado, like your car breaks down or something and you're in the path of the tornado, there's nothing you can do to get out of the way, because the tornado won't stop just because you got a flat tire or you broke an axle or something like that. Or popped a tire. Is that another spider spawner, or is that just a lot of spiders up in that corner over there? Oh, I guess we'll check that out after we take care of this guy and grab this redstone. Okay, that's 2 stacks. Like I said, our goal is 5, because I do intend to make a full... Okay, I think it was just a lot of spiders. Oh, more diamonds. Nice. Yeah, no, I do intend to make a full stack of compasses for crafting maps with. Oh, that didn't do any damage to the spiders at all. Hey, good news. I have 30 levels, so when I go back up, I can enchant something. I think I'll probably enchant a piece of armor. Probably my chest plate. Because taking... actually, you know, I'll have to scroll through the enchants to see what there is. Because I'll make another sword and another pickaxe with these diamonds. These new diamonds that I found. Because... having a better sword would be extremely beneficial, and having a Silk Touch pickaxe could be really nice as well. So, I'll have to see what the enchants are when I get back upstairs. Yeah, just that forest of wood over there from the mine shaft is kind of a cool aesthetic. Okay, here's where things are going to get a little bit dangerous, though, if I'm not careful. Since there is that deep dark down there, I don't want to go... And I really don't want to go setting any shriekers off, so I'm going to have to be careful how much further I go in this direction. Okay, it does seem like we're okay. Oh, there's a shrieker over there, though. But I think we're okay in this area. But again, I'm not going to test my luck, so I'm not going to go down there. All I need is redstone, so I can find redstone in a plentiful number of other places. You know, I will just make all those torches because I can. Hello, my friend. You are no longer alive. Ooh, there's a shrieker right there. I cannot afford... I don't think there's any sensors nearby, though. So this could be alright. I'm going to get rid of that shrieker as soon as I get over there, though. Oh, come on. That's so convenient that there's no sensors nearby. Almost too convenient. Okay, well, I'm gonna break this thing. Okay, yeah, I don't like this at all. But since there isn't any shrieker, oh, there is a shrieker right there, though. Okay, yeah, we're moving on. Not gonna test my luck in the deep dark yet. Granted, there's no difference of me doing it now or later, because the warden will still one-shot me if I'm not careful, so... yeah, I suppose doing it now would actually that would be kind of beneficial. So maybe I'll do that next stream. Next stream, I'll go down and explore the depth dark. Oh, brother. Uh-oh. Oh, I saved that one. That was... yeah, cave spiders. Absolutely not. I will not go anywhere near those in hardcore. I was just mentioning that earlier. Nuh-uh. We are not touching them. Oh. Oh my gosh. Can't catch a break in here, can I? My friend, just stop bothering me, please. I want to grab that redstone that's underneath the lava over here. Okay, so 2.5 stacks. All right, we're getting there, but yeah, I also want to get just enough redstone to have enough for other crafting recipes. Oh my gosh, my friends. I cannot have you interfering with me so much. You are... Did that other skeleton have a power bow? Because I felt like I lost a lot of health on that one. Okay, well. That was fun. But I think... I said I was going to wait until I had 5 stacks, but I'm not gonna risk that. I'm just gonna create a staircase up and call it good, because like I said, I think I'll actually make a proper way up this time. So I'll start the staircase out here, and I'll zigzag it as we go up. So like this. We'll go up to there. Then we'll turn it and go, whoa. And go up this way. And then we'll turn it and go up this way. That should be the last turn that we need to do. Maybe. Maybe I was wrong, eh? Oh well, that's okay. Oh my! Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to turn right there. That was almost very bad, but we're okay. We're fine. We have managed. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I came from over somewhere. Over there. Oh my gosh. Zombies are pretty prolific today, aren't they? Oh, my muffins. Dang, that skeleton hit one heck of a shot right there, didn't he? Okay, well. We're heading back up. I'm not, like I said, no unnecessary risks in this hardcore world. This is the longest I've ever survived in a hardcore world, apart from the Adstar Hardcore 3 world, which actually happened to be the first time I ever got netherite armor, a full set of netherite armor and tools. That was the first ever time I had done that. I'd gotten close in other instances. I think I had most of my tools as netherite, and then my armor wasn't, or I had a couple of tools, a piece of netherite armor, and all that good stuff. But never did I have a full set of everything all at the same time until Hardcore 3, where I had a full set, including pickaxe, hoe, shovel, or pickaxe, shovel, axe, sword, and armor, and then an additional pickaxe, because I had Fortune and Silk Touch pickaxe, and then I also had a Fortune and Silk Touch hoe. So I had 2 hoes, 2 pickaxes, an axe, a shovel, and actually I think I had 2 shovels as well. But anyways, okay, what are you selling? Because I may, if you have mangrove propagules, I will go ahead and grab those. Ooh, jungle saplings and nautilus shells. Wow, that's actually really convenient for me. The nautilus shells I'll take. And I'll take... Please stay nearby at the very least. I don't need you running off before I can trade with you. Yeah, I'll max out the nautilus shell trade, because I think I have enough emeralds to do that. And then... yeah, and then we'll get whatever jungle saplings I can after maxing out the Nautilus shells. The reason I'm not too worried about the jungle saplings is I can always go find a jungle, which is a little tedious, but yeah, the Nautilus shells are a lot harder to obtain. And, well, look at that. I can't even get a jungle sapling, so we're all good. Yeah, that's a good thing to have right off the bat here. Okay. I do know I already have some Nautilus shells, or I think I already have one. Yeah, one right there. Perfect. All right, let's put a whole bunch of this stuff away. Copper and... Oh, actually, I'll keep the diamonds with me because I need to craft some stuff. Copper, emerald, some of the redstone can stay. And actually, while I'm here, let me go ahead and craft the compasses. Okay, good, they do stack. Just wanted to make sure of that. And I'll put the stones in here. Oh, andesite, tough, cobble deep slate. The shovel goes in here. Those go in there. All right. Oh, and the name tag I'll put in here for now as well. Actually, you know what? I think I'll consider the name tag and the lead a tool from now on. I'll stop putting those in the animal chests when I organize things. Alright, so let's craft ourselves a couple of sticks here. So I can craft myself another sword and pickaxe. Pickaxe. Sword. Armor's looking a little worse for wear, but... Ooh, man, I really don't like taking armor off in hardcore. But you know what, that's fine. So, what do we get on the boots? Protection 3 on the boots. Oh, fire protection on the chest plate. So it won't be a chest plate. Oh, respiration on the helmet is pretty good. But, okay, unbreaking on the sword isn't so great, and unbreaking on the pickaxe isn't so great either. I think I'm going to have to go with the respiration helmet on this one. Although... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that as the enchant that I'm going to be getting. But you know what? We will... I think we'll be okay with that. And, okay, yeah. Just making sure I'm still streaming, because, you know, you never know when I'll accidentally hit that button again. Although, I turned it off, so I shouldn't. Okay. Oh, man. It feels kind of wrong doing this. I don't know why, but... I really kind of want to gamble on the sword, because the sword is kind of an annoying thing. You know, I think I will gamble on the sword. As much as I like respiration, I'm not doing anything crazy with water just yet. It would be convenient to go exploring the ancient ruins around the Mushroom Island, though. Yeah, actually, I think I'll stick with that. Oh, wow. Okay. The blast protection isn't so good, but respiration and aqua affinity. Yes, please. And we'll go ahead and leave the other two items in here for now, and we'll come back and enchant them later. Anyways, now that that's been achieved, let's... I guess we can breed the cows again. I'm not gonna harvest them this time, though. You know, I should probably put a chest in this room, but yeah, I like that idea. Actually, in fact, instead of putting a chest in that room, I think I'll just put this barrel that I have in this room. Alright, put the lapis in there and call it good. And then I'm going to walk down this entire sugarcane farm that I've built and collect all the sugarcane that has grown. Looks like only one layer of it has. You, my friend, are still here. I'm impressed. I don't have any more emeralds to trade with you anyways, so... Okay, we are getting there. We are getting there, folks. All right. Yeah, and since unmarked or unmapped map, or since unmapped maps stack, that is a good thing for me. All right, I think I can make, yeah, okay, yeah, only 30 maps so far. And now we just have to wait on the sugarcane once more. Actually, let me sleep away the rain, because the rain is super obnoxious. Okay. You know, I could probably harvest these carrots and potatoes and get a good number of... or a good amount of XP from these guys over here. Probably not enough, though. I would actually like to automate these with villagers at some point. That won't be now, though, because I don't have a good source, or I don't have a good enough amount of gold to actually put that into practice. But anyways, since these are only temporary, I don't actually mind getting rid of a lot of this to get the next 30. Well, I say that, but that still won't be enough to complete that whole mapping project. So in the meantime, let me actually, you know what? I'm going in circles here. So let me actually go ahead and do that exact thing that I just said with the potatoes and carrots. See how much XP I can get for them. With the traders, the testificates, the villagers that so wonderfully provide the items that we need and items that we don't, at prices that come almost like a scam. They're greedy little buggers. They like to bleed you dry. But all you need to do to get them to offer a lower price is to get them in a room with a zombie friend or two, and then you cure them right on up and they will give you trades for single emeralds. Single emerald trades, they can be overpowered, but sometimes that is what you need to do what you desire. I really need to stop singing, man. I lost my touch. I couldn't couldn't freestyle that one as well as I could some of the other ones. Actually, that's not even freestyle. That's just improv. I'm improvising a song out of nothing. Which, I mean, I'm all right at writing. I know that. I'm very good at wordsmithing. But yeah, maybe I hold off on songwriting. That doesn't exactly seem to be my calling. What a bummer, what a bummer, what's a little bit of blues that ending my stream can lose a lot of views. Okay, I'll let you get your tradey thingy up. Ooh, pumpkins, and I think you... Oh, okay, you didn't even have anything all that useful. But anyways, I'll keep trading with all of you. Yeah, I didn't quite get up to 30, but what I will do is actually trade for the pumpkin pies here to try and get you up to your next level. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Wow, that's actually a lot. It was you. Oh, and you have melons. How wonderful. You, my friend, are going to be a very, very useful farmer. Anyways. So that wasn't quite up to level 30. But I did get some pumpkin pies out of it, which will actually be a really decent backup food source if I ever need it. I'll actually keep those in my inventory for the time being, simply because... Why not? I guess is the best answer to that question. Is why not? Alright. But... Oh, I put the wrong thing in there. Carrots and potatoes. Alright. You know what? 30 maps is probably good enough to get started over there. What I'll do is I'll bring some sugarcane with me and I'll let it grow while I'm there. Because obviously I can get a good source of leather just fine. So while I'm mapping the other stuff, I might as well let this grow a little bit. I'll just put it like around the edge of the island, but I'll get a full stack. Is what I'm looking at. At 58, so that means 6 more. And 1 extra, so we'll just put it back. Okay, so I think we have all the tools that... Oh, right, cartography table is something that I need as well. So let me go ahead and do that. Not that I really have the glass that I need to use it, so it'll just kind of be there for a decorative touch for the time being. But I think it's good to have it there as a reminder that eventually I will need to lock these maps. And then I can actually start building over there. Okay, well, let's run back over through the Nether to our Mushroom Island area. I was not actually planning on streaming this long. I was actually only planning to stream for a couple hours, but I think I'll go ahead and do some of the mapping. And like I said, probably pick it up next time, and then also next time I will explore the Deep Dark, because why not? Although, granted, I should probably set up some automatic wool farms first, so that I can get enough wool to block off some of the shriekers in an ancient city if I find one. I'm not convinced that I would be the most safe doing that, but I can manage. I've done stupider things, and if you know how to handle a Deep Dark, it honestly really isn't all that bad. It definitely sounds and looks a lot scarier than it actually is. So, yeah, boy. torches go this way? Wait. Oh, no, the torches go down here. That's right. So down here... Wow, this is quite the little maze that I've got going here. So let's put a torch there just because to light it up. Okay, and then which direction did I go from here? Probably down. Because I remember my portal being down. Yeah, look at that. See, that wasn't so bad. Okay, well, let's start working our way south next. And I'm actually going to drop off a whole bunch of other stuff, like this iron, these emeralds, this netherrack, and actually I'll plant some of these cherry saplings. So I can have a source of wood while I'm here. Alright, so we will go ahead and do that. Because I do know that this map is going to have to be a whole lot bigger. Which means I probably have to move this chest. So actually, you know, before it becomes too painful, let me go ahead and move the chest now. We're going to move the chest to right here. Then we're going to put everything that was in there already back in there. Diamonds, the iron. We'll go plant the sugarcane in a sec. That. And hold on to everything else. We don't need the compasses yet. We don't need... Yeah, okay. That should be good. Actually, I don't really need the shields either, so let's go ahead and put the shields in here too. And then put this and this down here. Like that. And move the bed. And go to sleep. Alright, now we will chop down this mushroom because I think it'll be in the way of the map. Okay. And I honestly think that this is going to end up going significantly further in this direction. By significantly, I mean two like this. So that's 256 additional blocks. And I think at least 2, if not 3 more in this direction. So I'll go ahead and do 3. Okay. So that's that. And then I think it'll probably go another... probably another block in this direction on the map. And then another block in that direction on the map. But we're going to just go directly south and see how many maps it takes. So I don't have to go too much further past this this azalea tree, but each map will just be progressively further south. So that's all I have to remember. Okay, so let's keep working our way south then. And I'll put them in order up in the top of my inventory there. And we'll work our way across like that. So the first one, the furthest north, will be at the far left of my inventory. Okay. We are off the map. this is kind of a nice map, dude. The further south I go, the more I'm realizing this does actually have a little bit of an interesting terrain feature, tilting to the kind of going from the southwest to the northeast diagonally there. All right. Then our next one is right here. Jeez, this this is definitely gonna. I wonder how many maps this north to south of this main island is gonna take. This is a lot, and of course, I also want to make sure that I get a chance to put the monuments on there at least too. The sea temples. All right. That's a pretty plain area. Got a little bit of an interesting ravine there to the southwest of this map, but actually, what are those three random pieces of white down there? Oh, just 3 pieces of diorite. Okay, gotta love that. Okay, after this mushroom here, we're on a brand new map. And that actually takes us to the north side of the island, I should assume. Yeah, look, or the south side of the island, rather. Look at that. Okay, so we have reached the southernmost tip of the island. And that took 5 maps. Okay. But that's just for this stretch. And I honestly, I think is a pretty uniform southern edge. So I guess we'll actually have to just wait and see how everything turns out. You know, I could have been mapping something on the way back, but I want to be very careful to make sure that I've got everything mapped correctly, so I'm not going to mess up what I've got going on here. This would be a lot better if I had Elytra, I'll be honest. Yeah, but this is a good way to not die for like 10 days as I'm running back and forth mapping the island. So I'll easily get to day 64 in this hardcore world. Still haven't built anything of any significance other than the iron farm. But honestly, that is a pretty good thing that I have built there. And the next thing I will actually build will be the Guardian XP farms. But I need to get some better enchants first, because I do not want to be down there while I have just regular diamond armor, because those guardians hit like an absolute truck. And every single time of the last 4 or 5 guardian temples that I have tried to beat, I have died at least once. So that is an obstacle that I do need to overcome. I also need to craft a bunch of sticks. I need to craft them into planks first. Good grief, I was having the hardest time there. Okay, so I need 5 of these to go to the south. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. I didn't need to add these 2 blocks at the bottom. That's too funny. But maybe I will. Maybe I will. So I can't leave it out to you. Leave it out of the question. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, let's see, the monuments are over here, and I think it was right over here. So I will go ahead and do that at some, I will go ahead and worry about that next. But we're going to go north to the North Island next. And I think we'll probably need 3 there. We'll see. I do just need to make a whole bunch of sticks though, so I can actually craft all of these item frames. Item frames are a lot more expensive than you realize sometimes. All right, so we will map at least this, assuming that goes as far as it does. I think it does, but I'll probably go one beyond here as well, just to call it good. But this is a very long boy island, isn't it? Okay, so we'll go past the 2 mushrooms. You know, we'll just take this map with us. And then I just need to remember that we need to go south once we get off this map. Do 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 do. Maybe I should take a boat with me for this one. Maybe not. I think I won't. I don't think I'll worry about that too much. I'll get nice and central once I get off this island. Let's see. We are off the map, so I'm good to make a new map here. Perfect. Nice and filled out. All right. Make sure I'm not falling into any holes. Don't want to end my hardcore world while mapping at Mushroom Island. That would be embarrassing. Okay. Wow, that's a cool little feature. I'm pretty sure that's a ravine. Let me check. That is a really nifty feature. Yeah, it's a small little ravine, but huh. Cool. That adds some very interesting things to the island, but I still can't believe the mycelium is purple on the map. That is kind of awesome. Cool. So we'll put that map away and use this. Whoa, what is that? Is that just a regular lava pool, or is that something else? Yeah, probably just a regular lava pool. Yep, right there. Okay, I'm not gonna go anywhere close to it. All right, and just like that, we are on to another section of map. Should only be 5, just like the previous one, so. Yeah, look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. I am very determined not to fall into holes. I should have brought my bed with me, but I think we'll be okay doing a little bit at night here, since there won't be any mobs nearby. That is convenient. All right, and this should be the last one we... Oh, look at that. We need one more to the south to map the bottom tip of the island. So we will go south one more, and in fact, we'll actually go to back that way and map one more map for that. I should have brought my boat. Darn. Okay. It is literally just, I think, 3 blocks. But I'm gonna do it. All right, and then we'll have to go back to the left and map. Create another map. Left. No, right. I need to create another map this way. All right, that should be far enough. And I suppose that does add that little bit of underwater like shelf there to the map. So it's not a total waste, I suppose. Although actually, while I'm out here, I think I'll go ahead and map that way as well, to that map, so I don't have to come down here again into the water. Although I will say it is kind of annoying without the boat. I should have brought the boat. I definitely should have brought the boat, but that's okay. We can manage just fine without. It's just a little bit slow. Absolutely no shot. Is that another sea temple? Okay, no, it's not. That's just a sea ruin. Okay, okay, good. I'm just glad that this world didn't get any crazier. All right, and we'll go ahead and map this. And good, we don't have to go anywhere further out to map anymore. I was in the center of the map when I did that, so it was fully made already. But wow, I had to go a little further than expected. I will go ahead and collect some cows on the way back as well, so that I have some more leather to use. Oh, and I never planted the sugarcane now, did I? I'm glad that I saw this, because that is a good reminder to do that one once I return to my area. Let's go ahead and head on up to that northern shore and plant the sugarcane so that we can get some more. Ah, that rhymed. All right. I need some more leather. Leather. I need your leather now. I need it so I can make more. Jeez, not even a one-shot kill? Okay, you were. Wonder why your friends weren't that time around. I don't want to kill too many mushrooms, but they'll respawn. As long as there's mycelium. I think it's just as long as there's grass or mycelium, for that matter. So, hooray! Shazam. 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 Oh, right, I'm out of sprint. I was thinking, where'd my sprint go? I wasn't paying attention to my hunger. Which I imagine this could be a problem if I'm continually forgetting to check my hunger and stuff like that. If in the future, that I can imagine becoming a problem in a hardcore series here. So we'll definitely have to look into my choices at some point. Okay, good. That's a reasonable place to cross. There, yeah. I still think it's so cool that there's a lush cave. Actually, I'm going to peek down into here, see what's going on. That's not the lush cave, though. But there is one nearby. If I go in there and walk that way, in that cave, I will definitely find that lush cave that's underneath the azalea tree up here. So, holy cow. People, please, don't slam your car doors. That terrifies the living daylights out of me every time you do it. Not that they can hear me, because I'm not talking to them or anything, but anyways. Yeah, and this is why I decided to bring the trees with me, is because I'm already out of sticks, but okay. Let's start by filling these out. This one goes here. This one goes here. Whoops. This one goes here. And this one goes here. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. And that one goes there. And looks like we're cut off just ever so slightly there. So that means we do have to go out one more block that way. Oh my goodness. which actually gives a good solid chance for this one to be, or for this one to have the, what's it called, the sea temple on it. All right, let me grab the boat. Well, let's sleep first, because it's always more fun doing it during the day. Then grab the boat and grab the maps. And we're going to go north, just directly north of this map to begin with. So, okay, that was dangerous. I should have waited. I should have taken the map out of my hand first. Okay. This is exciting. Yeah, so this island is a little bit to the east as well of the main island. I still can't believe there's 4 sea temples in this. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that away. Yeah, wow. Okay, so we still don't have the island on this one. That's kind of remarkable. Yeah, so maybe that sea temple over there isn't even on that first map. Okay. Our next map. This actually looks like it takes the entire island, this entire northern island here. Oh, you know what it doesn't get though is the sea temple. So I will have to pop another one, at the very least, one more for this. Oh yeah, see, we definitely will be able to see the sea temples on the maps. So yeah, and let's see. We'll have to go further north than this on the other maps. I don't think so. I think this is the furthest north I'll have to go for the other maps as well. Yeah, looks like it. So we should be good. Wait, that's not a third sea temple, is it? That's just the second one? Yeah, I think we'll be okay. So that said, now that I know that this is as far north as we need to go, let me go ahead and do this as the main thing that we just did, and then we'll go to the east, and we'll do 4 more maps on the way back. Nice. Oh no, this is the furthest north one. So I need to have that be up here, that be there, that be there, and that be there. Because I'm working to the south on this one. Okay. And this is the furthest one to the north, so we put that there and make another map. Fantastic. And I will have to be off on a boat for this one. Okay. Oh, got a little bit of a south tip there. Alright, and then the very last one that I think I need, because I think I already got the third map on this one. Yeah. Oh. Did I make a mistake there? No, I don't think I did. I think I already have that map, so I'm not gonna change that. Yeah, it goes 4 north of what's currently on the board, so that's cool. This is the the current middle line, and yeah, perfect. I already have it laid out north to south quite well. So this one goes here, followed by this one, and this one, then this one, that one, and that one. You know, I really can't help but think of Japan when I see this. Okay, it's not nearly as perfect as it is, but you've got a fairly elongated island with one up to the north, and yeah, it is actually somewhat similar. But now I guess we just need to map out to the east of here, to the south. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more maps, and we will go that way first. We need to go a little ways just to make sure that I get a new map. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, brand new map. Whoa. Oh yeah, that pink is the cherry trees. I was like, what is that? Okay. All right. That should be far enough. And new map. I said 6, right? 2. This will be the second one. How unfortunate. Let me just make sure that I'm already off the map. Yep. This will be the third, and I think I'll have to put another one out just to get that out, just to get the Sea Temple in it. Darn. Yeah, I don't think the Sea Temple will be on this map at all. How unfortunate. Then we have just a blue square. As the fourth one. And the fifth one is also just a blue square. And the sixth one shouldn't be a blue square. I think we should... No, I think it will be a blue square. Never mind. Yep, just a blue square. Time to go back and put them in the map. Dude, I still cannot believe that there are 4 of those around this entire archipelago. Sun is going down. It's the perfect time to get back to the mainland here. I still can't believe how big this place is, and the thing that baffles me even more is that there was, first of all, even an ocean monument right next to it in the first place, and the second one, while kind of crazy or while kind of unusual, still having two nearby, yeah, that was just really awesome and really rare. But then now there's two mushroom islands. And both mushroom islands have two sea temples right next to them. Two ocean monuments. What? What kind of RNG is that? Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I'm extremely hyped about that. But it is bizarre. Alright, let's sleep before we put these in. Alright, day 56. And we have... I still have to go out one more anyways, just to get the rest of this island on there and the rest of the main island on there anyways. So, we're good to go. We've got an excuse. And this is just water the whole rest of the way. Look at that, though. That looks wild, dude. And actually, hold on. I have to do this comparison since I've been saying it. Let me pull up Google Maps. Yeah, because I know Japan curves the other way. It doesn't have the concave side to the east or the right. It bows out that way, so it's got its convex side towards the east, and it's got its concave side towards China to the northwest. So it's not quite the same, but it's kind of funny that it worked out that way, that we've got a large island to the south and then the smaller island north of it. That's pretty funny. It is pretty funny, even if it is kind of a stretch to say that they're similar. Okay, I do need more wood so that I can craft more sugar frames, or item frames. I think I saw the sugar cane in my inventory and was saying and was also thinking that I need to plant that sugar cane too so that I can get more paper, because I'm running out of maps. So actually, let me go do that right now while I'm thinking about it, because the North Shore is not too far from here. I can just use that. Unfortunately, I will have to go ahead and remove these little bits and bobs. I'll leave that there, though. Okay. There's the sugarcane put into place. I'm just going to let it go into this cave as far as I can. That's wild. Now most of it's out of sight. It's kind of convenient, actually. Oh, that's really funny that I was able to do that. Absolutely loving that. I am totally going to extend this out a few blocks. Alright, that should do. And I will go ahead and use this as a good chance to build a little staircase up from here. Alright, so what are the next maps that I need to make? Do I go ahead and make those 4? Yeah, I think I will go ahead and make those 4. So I need to start with this one and go north. Oh boy, that was not good. I am going to see if this one would be on. Well, no, it wouldn't be. Because obviously, I think it's probably just one block outside, too. Outside of this map. Yeah, it literally is like 1 or 2 blocks. Well, okay, say 1 or 2, but it's only like 7 blocks outside of this map. So, anyways, let me get back to the center here. Okay, that'll do. Now we're off to the north to finish mapping this island. And I think, I do think that this will take care of the sea temple on this side of the island. If I remember correctly. Yes, it will. The sea temple is right there. And I'll try and keep my distance from it as best as possible. Because I don't want to get floundered and eaten alive. But oh, you know what I forgot to do is I forgot to build an archaeological brush so that I could try and get a sniffer egg from the sand under those. Or well, I guess I have to go into warm water for that, don't I? But yeah, I didn't make an archaeology brush so I could at least brush the suspicious gravel near those ones. Alright, and then this one should have the ocean monument on it, this last one here. Oh. Well, that's... Oh, wait, no, it already had the map. It was already on the previous map. Never mind. This is the one that was already mapped. Well, that's unfortunate for me. I thought I was going to get to map one of the other ones already, but nope. I have to wait until I craft some more maps to do that. Honestly, I'm a lot closer to being done mapping this place than I thought I was going to be at the end of this episode, or at the end of this stream, so that's a big plus. But yeah, so it's that that monument, the one at the other end of that island, and then the one over there that still need to be mapped. So, and that one I think will get naturally mapped once I go further east. Once I start mapping that row. But we will see. Oh yeah, I should probably pull my chat back up instead of continuing to look at a map of Japan. I only have one viewer. And I think that viewer is actually me, now that I think about it, because I have my stream open. Unfortunately, but that's alright. Gots to do what you gots to do. I'll grind out a couple more viewers one of these days. Well, maybe that's the wrong terminology to use, but yeah, I think the sentiment is there. I think the point was conveyed. And hey, would you look at that? I was back in time to pick up some saplings. Hello. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So, I genuinely forgot the order that these are supposed to go in. So this one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here because I worked my way north, so the biggest numbers should go there. And yeah. Yeah, so there's the Sea Temple number 1. Right here. I think the other Sea Temple will be either here or here. We've got a Sea Temple over here. Right off of this, one of these two places. I think it's this one here. Then we have a Sea Temple down off the corner here, which we'll get when we naturally do this whole row, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 maps tall. So got a little ways to go, but that is enough for one. For now, because we have to wait for the sugarcane to grow. We have to wait for so we have to wait for that, and then I probably should remove some more cows from this world as well, because I need more item frames. So now it's just a waiting game. So actually, I think that's a good place to stop, because I've got this the main bit of this island mapped, and I think that it looks pretty good. I can't wait to continue with this. I think I might map the rest off of stream, but yeah, I can't wait to get back to this and show you guys it with the 4 Sea Temples on it. So that will do it for me, and I appreciate everyone who stopped by, even though I accidentally kicked Dirt Napper off when I ended stream. So, but I appreciate you stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next stream. All right, and with that, we are going to raid Sunday Latte with 1 viewer. Just because I can.
Yeah. What is you doing? Let us know. Creeper's in. Okay. Creeper, I'm going to